Are we ready, boys? Are we ready? Hey, look, we're going to get right into this one because, look, literally we have 1 hour and a half to get this parlay done. Okay, we got to get it done within the hour. Okay, as you can see up top, here are the submissions so far. We still have 2 votes for Argentina. We already went over Argentina yesterday night. I'm going to give it a few minutes, of course, let everyone get on in. You know, just I'm going to talk to myself here and whatnot, make sure that everyone's listening. We'll give it a few minutes, of course. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Let me just put up the welcome message too. Welcome, buddies. Welcome to the stream. Let's see who's gonna get on. Who gonna get on today? Let me just make sure that everything is handy dandy. I think it is. Did everyone get pinged? Hoped everyone got pinged. But anyway, hope everyone's doing good on this beautiful Saturday evening. I wonder if I have to resend it. Oh, Poppy, it is a beautiful day. Hey, Poppy, did you get the ping, by the way? Did you get pinged or did you not get pinged on Discord? Because I don't know if sometimes it works, if it's broken, if it's not broken. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got pinged? All right, good. I just wanted to make sure that you got pinged. If not, I was going to re-ping. You know what I mean? I just had a little bit of a laughter going here. Wait, did you get pinged by me going live or the Discord? We back, boy. We back, my dude. We are back, okay? And we got to get the votes off the rip, like really fast, because we got 1 hour and 30 minutes to get. Wait, how many? What are we at right now? So we're basically almost done with the third. We got 7 left after that, guys. I think we can do that easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, and we can analyze a little bit as well. It's a Discord notification. All right, perfect. Thank you for that. I'm just gonna wait 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes before we start. You know, we get into the meat, into the whole. You know. Now, before that, I wanted to talk about yesterday. There was a red card. There was a red card for the Paraguayan player, and it's the first time in history that we got a red card for a player putting their hand in front of their mouth to say something to a player. Okay, and so in the rules, in the new FIFA rules, it says that if a player does that, if they try to like hide their speech and put their hand in front of their mouth, they get a red card. Imagine that. Killian, nice to have you in the stream, my boy. How you doing? I hope you heard that. But now in FIFA they give red cards if a player talks and puts his hand, yes, to reduce racism. Yeah, exactly. So yesterday we had the first, to reduce racism. Yeah, reduce racism. As if that's gonna reduce racism, right? But I mean, when players do this, I can tell you right now that it's not racist. Okay, they're just telling each other bad words. Okay, it's a man. Hello, Julesy. How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing good. Look. If you guys think that putting your hand, like you put your hand in front of your mouth to say that the guy is, you know, a beep beep beep, a beep 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 beep, you know, and there you go. That's it. But in my experience, every time I've had that, it's a guy telling me to, like, you know, jump off a bridge or, like, you know, something like that. But it's part of the game, basically. It's a psychological warfare as well. You know, football isn't just, you know, obviously it's physical, but it's also psychological. You have to psychologically get into your opponent's brain. And how do you do that? Well, sometimes you gotta play outside the rules. Anyway, let's get started real fast on this parlay, because we don't have a lot of time, okay? We already looked it up yesterday. Now they can, let me see. Now they can read lips to find out what you are actually said. No. I mean, lip reading was always a thing, okay? I think lip reading was always a thing. That's why they covered their mouth. And that's why on the bench, but that's the thing. They cover their mouth so that they don't see what the players are saying to each other. Like, for example, you have a coach and a player that are talking to each other, and they're going to cover their mouth. They're not going to cover their mouth because they're saying bad stuff to each other. They're covering their mouth so that the lip readers don't read it. You know what I mean? That's why they do it. But I guess that's banned as well to do. But that's only in FIFA, of course. In UEFA, I'm not sure if they're going to implement that. But anyway, let's get right into it. We're going to throw off the first vote. We already went over Argentina yesterday, but just in case, I'm going to give a fast recap. Obviously, Argentina is like giga favorites as per what do you call it? As per Grok. Okay, they're giga favorites. Hello, Siri. They're giga favorites, and so when we look at the potential lineup, we can see that Argentina is stacked everywhere. Goalkeeper, I think maybe the weakest position may be their goalkeeper, but they do still have a good goalkeeper. We can't say that he's bad, but if we had to choose the weakest position, I believe it would be the goalkeeper. But he's still good anyway, or maybe even the right back. The right back and the goalkeeper would be the two. But anyway, we have obviously Messi, Martinez, Fernandez. We went over this yesterday. Let me look at the squad again. I mean, this squad is stacked out, guys. You have no idea how stacked out this squad is. Let's start from the back. So from the back, obviously we have Lionel Scaloni and Juan Musso, Rulli. So Rulli plays for Marseille. Emiliano Martinez, who plays for Aston Villa, who I think is supposed to be leaving now, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have Montiel, Molina. You know, these guys. Okay, they don't inspire, right? Sensei. Now here's where it starts getting good. Lisandro Martinez, very good center back. Romero, very good center back. Otamendi, very good center back. Medina, okay right back, but he could also play center back as well. Tagliafico, very good left back as well. I mean, Barco, who plays for Strasbourg, who had an amazing season for Strasbourg in France. Palacios, McAllister, Paredes, oops, I hit my computer there. Simeone, Gonzalez, man, I keep hitting my stuff. Alamada, Lo Celso. There's just this team is stacked out from A to Z. Okay, Enzo Fernandez, Julian Alvarez, with Messi and Lautaro Martinez. I mean, guys, we have such a stacked team, and unfortunately for the Austrians, they have an okay team. In my opinion, it's going to be a lot of defensive work for the Austrians. Obviously, they're going to have to defend. Best players being obviously Lamer, and I think Alaba is here. Where's Alaba? Alaba is here as well. Wait, give me a second. All right, Alaba is here as well. We have Danzo and Sabitzer, as we said yesterday. Who else do we have here? That's about maybe Smith as well. Also Chukwemeka. Hello, Mr. Krill. How you doing, brother? I hope you're doing good. And then this is just my little GM. Rolex, nice to have you in the chat. Arnautovic is one of my. Obviously, he's not like a sensational player, but I really like his style. I think he's a pretty good player. But anyway, let's get right to the vote. We're gonna finish with Argentina. So this is going to be for whose parlay? This is Timurd's parlay. Okay, so this is Timurd's. Let me just put this here. So we got Timred, Argentina, Austria. Okay, so Argentina, draw, and Austria. So let's start the poll with this one. Let's see what we're going to do. As you can see, for now, it's all Argentina. There may be a way that they draw, okay? Because defensively, Austria has a great defensive line, okay? I'm going to go back. We have Danzo, which is a great. They write him as a center back, but in my opinion, he's a better right back because we have David Alaba that's already there, along with Limer's a defensive mid, so he doesn't count. But Danzo should definitely play, or maybe not actually. Maybe Danzo should be playing as center back since they don't really have really good center back. But if Danzo plays at center back, that's not a bad thing. And you have Limer as well. That's a defensive midfielder, so he's going to come down a lot. In my opinion, defensively, it can be super difficult for Argentina to get past. And this is only defensively because midfield, I mean, it's okay, you know, with Sabitzer and whatnot. But Sabitzer is also a defensive midfield, okay? He can be obviously a center midfield, but primarily, when I've seen him play, he's more defensive. Okay, so we do have a lot of defensive players. And as we saw in this World Cup, when these teams decide to just park the bus, it's very, very hard to get by. And they're actually pretty... okay, so we got Argentina 100% already off the rip. Argentina! And now... ooh, whoopa. And now the last one, this one's for Clump Fuss. Now, Clump Fuss, are we going to use Clump Fuss again as kind of a punching bag or not? Clump Fuss. Argentina, draw. Again, guys, hey, don't. Argentina and Austria. Okay, guys, don't underestimate these buddies, okay? Don't estimate this team here. Do not underestimate this team. Defensively. Offensively, let's take a quick look-see here. Ooh. Offensively, I mean, it's pretty poor. Okay, offensively, I mean, besides ㅍxo.market, it's one draw. Messi to have the last match red card in the coming match. Wait, what? You think he's gonna have a red card? Okay, so we do have 2 votes here. As you can see. We do have 2 votes. 2 vote. Oh, 3. Wait, give me a second. Let me go get a bit of water, and then just while I wait for the votes to finish. Forgot my bottle of water. Hey, guys, you always have to stay hydrated, okay? Remember, hydration is very important. Always have your bottle of waters, okay? It is the utmost important. Anyway, what are we at here? We're at 5 votes, 80 per... Damn, we're gonna have to accept it, huh? All right, all Argentina then. All right, everyone believes that Argentina's gonna take it easy peasy. I hope we don't regret this one. But anyway, next up, let's take a look at Norway versus the Senegalese. Let's see, Norway. So we have the Ivory Coast, Norway. That should be the next day. Yes, it is. So Norway versus the Senegalese. So Senegal is actually ranked 15th in the FIFA rankings, okay? Now the first thing that we're gonna do is our favorite thing, okay? We always like to go and ask Grok, okay? Grok is our thing, but Grok doesn't take into account the FIFA World Cups, okay? Romain, Netherlands versus is all in Sweden. Norway, okay, wait, we're saying, whoa, give it a second here. Give me 1 second here. What are the odds for the Norway versus Senegal matchup in percentage for those who want it in percentages? Because I know the negative and the plus 200s and whatnot, people don't necessarily understand. So yeah, Sweden is good, no cap. I agree. Sweden is super good. Sweden is actually. Wait, why are we talking about Sweden? Oh yeah, because because Sweden isn't all in versus for the Netherlands. All right, anyway, so let's start off this properly here. Norway are favorites around 40 to 45%. Okay, so the Norwegians are the favorites here. As you can see, look, there's the like the plus 250s and the plus 130s and the whatnot. So that's what we're looking at. In my opinion, it's pretty even. It's pretty even because Senegal. Now let's look. Of course, we have to take a look at the squads. It's very important. Norway is a draw. We got Dana Wise. Dana Wise, welcome to the stream, brother. Z says Sweden is good, no cap. I agree with Z's, of course. I definitely agree with Z's. Always agree with Z's. And let me just go and look at the squad real fast. So if we take a look at the squad, is it as stacked out as other teams? Okay, I don't know how you pronounce his name. Adger, I guess. Really good center back in my opinion. Well, it's not Adger. It's like the A and the either way. Let's see who's playing. We got Martin Odegaard, of course, which had an okay season. In my opinion, I mean, yes, they did win the Premier League with Arsenal, but I don't feel Arsenal. I don't really feel Arsenal won it. I feel like others lost it. If you look at the points and whatnot, you can compare it to when Leicester won the Premier League over everyone. You know, that surprise Premier League win. Anyway, there's also Oscar Bob. I've already talked about Oscar Bob before. Really, really good player. Attacking-wise, they are amazing with Sorloth, Haaland, Bob. Already those players are great. And then, of course, we have Antonio Nusa as well. Larson as well. I didn't even see Larson there, actually. Larson. So, attack-wise, we are pretty stacked for the Norwegians. In the midfield, we're not bad. Obviously, we have Odegaard, so we're going to have a bit of control in the midfield for the Norwegians. And then in the defense, I think we're good as well. We have a nice defensive team. Honestly, all around, it's a pretty good team. Now, the Senegalese, we have Edouard Mendy, Champions League winner, goalkeeper right there. Koulibaly, Niakate. Oh, yeah, okay. So defensively, Koulibaly used to be a sensational. Well, used to be. He was a really good center back. Obviously, right now he's 35, so he's getting a little bit older, so it's going to get tougher for him. Is he going to be able to hold up all that pressure from the Norwegians? Because in my opinion, let's see if they're going to concede a lot. Okay, wait, there's Pap Sarr that plays for Tottenham, Kamara as well in the midfield, and then there is Abib Diarra as well with Pap Gay. We can't forget Pap Gay. Pap Gay is a really, really good midfielder as well. A lot of... Hey there, Migs! Hey, Migs, I'm sure this time is a lot better for you, right, my dude? And we also have, obviously, Sadio Mane and Diane Mbaye. So Mbaye plays for Paris. Really, really good youngster. And I personally love Nicholas Jackson. So, guys, we have stacked out teams for both teams here. It is really going to be, in my opinion, a 50-50 matchup. Even though Norway may be a slight favorites, to me, it has nothing to do. This is a World Cup match. These guys are going to play like it's their, like it's do or die for these teams, right? That's the World Cup spirit, and we've seen it with Cape Verde against Spain. You see how they defensively all defend together. So we're gonna have to see with this matchup here. And obviously we checked Grok. Let's check their past matchups. So for Norway, the fixtures. So Norway beat Iraq 4-1. Wasn't too much of a surprise, of course. And then Senegal played against France and they lost 3-1. But let's take a look at the statistics here. And Mbaye did score a goal. Okay, that's the Paris Saint-Germain youngster. Oh my God! Oh my God! Where? Oh, wait, what? Ole, you haven't joined the stream in a while, my dude. You haven't, where is the old, Romain? Romain? Hello? No, I don't know where he's at, bro. Look, if you want, I'll leave a message. Like, leave a message and I'll get back to him. You know, I'll give it to him later. But anyway, statistically, as you can see, look how close it was in terms of possession. So that gives you a little bit of a tip-off, right? Because France, pretty heavy players in that team. Cool haircut. Thank you very much. Hey, Timmer. Nice to have you. Oh, Timmer's on his second account. And then we have Le Crypt as well, obviously. How many people are we in here? Let me check that real quick. Oh, we're 10. Nice. Welcome to everyone in here. Timmer with his second. So Timmer's going to have 2 votes, in my opinion. Because I think are you going to use your main account as well to vote? Or are you going to use just that one? But anyway, in total, I did not watch this match, so I can't say. But expected goals, superior for France, of course. Total shots as well. Shots on target, 8, actually. Touches, big chances. Look, 2 big chances and 2 missed. If they had scored these 2, it would have been a nice 3-3. Okay, we can't keep that out of mind. They missed 2 big chances. Look at the passes as well. The accurate passes. We have 505 for 430 for the Senegalese. So we can see that even though they lost, the Senegalese have a really good team. Okay, they managed to put up with France and be more or less equal. As for Iraq, let's check their statistics. Norway completely demolished and dominated Iraq, as you can see from the statistics. So we can't really take this match from the equation, of course. The last one being against Morocco, which was during the friendly. I think that's the closest matchup, and maybe that's what we would expect. Now, this is going to be, of course, Senegal versus Norway. It's going to be a do or die for Senegal. Norway already won. They're going to play against France. Depending on what happens there, we're going to see what happens in the last matchup. But that is it. So Senegal need to win this one. Let's see. Do they absolutely need to win this one? 3 points for Norway, 3 points for France. Yeah, Senegal absolutely need to win this. So this is going to be a crucial one for them. Let's get to the votes, because we got to vote. We got to get to the votes. So this is going to be Romain Parlay. And actually, so we have time, I'm going to just launch the votes ASAP all the time. So here, Norway, draw, Senegal. Who's taking it? Who's taking it? Let me know who is taking it. Oh, Hugo, bro, nice to have you in the chat, my brother. Draw. The draw is not a bad one, but then again, think of the context, okay? Actually, let me go back while we're voting. Look at the table here, okay? Senegal are third. They're third with 0 points. If they lose this one, it's over. Okay, think about it. Because France plays against Iraq. If Norway beats Senegal, it's over. It's over for Senegal. Right? Because France is going to win. It's going to be 6 points and 6 points, and that's it. Senegal and Iraq are out. The last matchup is going to be for nothing. It's just going to be for the 3rd place, basically. So yeah, draw. Okay, so we see a lot of draws here. Okay, 6 votes so far. Interesting. Let's get one more vote in. One more vote in. We're going to get one more? No. All right, so we're definitely at a draw on that one. Next up, it is Timmer, if I'm not mistaken. Is it Timmer? It is Timmer. Timmer is up next, and we're going to give Timmer a Norway win, a draw, or a Senegal win. So which one are we going to go with for that one? They can win with Iraq and took third place. Yeah, but third place doesn't... Third place also goes to the knockouts? Some of them? Oh, they do, don't they? Oh, yes, yes, yes. I think you're right, actually. I think you're right. I read that. Because there are more teams in this World Cup, by the way. So this changes a lot. What happens to teams that place third in group stages in the World Cup? Few teams. They can win with Iraq and take third place. Let's see. What happens to teams that place third in the group stages in the World Cup? In the 2026 FIFA World Cup, teams that finish third have a strong chance of advancing to the knockout stage. Each of the 12 groups have 4 teams. The top 2 from each group automatically advance to the round of 32, of course. The 8 best third place teams out of 12 also advance. So that means that they don't want to lose by a high margin. This is what it means. Like, for example, Qatar, I think, lost like 6-0. And I think there's another one like 7-1 for Germany against Curacao. Those teams, if they manage to finish third, they're going to be in a bad spot because the goal differences are going to be pretty insane. All right, let's get to voting, boys. Let's get to voting. We got to get these votes out quick. All right, so we got the next vote out. This is for Timmer. So we are seeing Norway in front here. And as I said, Norway is slight favorites, but in my opinion, not too much. And again, Senegal have everything to lose here. So if Norway loses, we're going to say it's not as bad, right? Because Norway can then go up against, then the next matchup is going to be Norway-Iraq? Is it going to be Norway-Iraq? Norway, Iraq, let's see, France, Iraq, Norway. I think the next matchup, let's just check the fixtures because we do have the fixtures. So yeah, it's going to be Norway, France, and then Senegal, Iraq, obviously. So it's going to be difficult for Norway against France. France logically should win, but if Mbappe plays, all right, so we do have Norway here. If Mbappe plays, Aziz, if Mbappe plays, oh wait, I didn't put the first one, did I? Romain parlay is a draw. I didn't put the first one, my bad. The next one is a Norway win. After that, it's going to be, let me just launch that poll instantly here. After that, we're going to have Julesy, Norway, draw, Senegal. By the way, I'm going to be streaming that match. It's at like 4 a.m. my time, but I'm going to be streaming it anyway because YOLO, you only live once, as they say. And because I only have one life, I might as well grind it to the end, boys, okay? I'm going to be online forever, okay? As long as ㍍xo is online, I will be online. So expect me to be here for many years to come. Anyway, Norway versus France. That's going to be a big one. That's going to be huge. And we do have that coming up in the next parlays that we're going to look at. So we already looked at Norway. We're not going to have to look at Norway because we already did. We're just going to look at France, see their past matchup and whatnot, and then see what can happen. And then once they play the match tonight, or not tonight, whenever they're going to play it, against Senegal, the Norwegians, then we're going to see exactly what happens, okay? So yeah, there's a lot going on here. We got 6 votes. Okay, Norway is taking it. Can we get more votes in, or can we not get more votes in? 'Tis the question, but we are 86% Norway. You guys, okay. You know what? I see your point of view. Because the Senegalese have a inferior, we're going to say, defense, I see why you think that Haaland is just going to squash them like bugs. All right, Norway takes this one for Julesy. So Norway win. Okay, it's not even 8, and we're okay. We're not even halfway, but I think we're going to be able to do it pretty well. Next up, it's Ole. So Ole, Norway, draw. What's it called? Senegal. By the way, I'm pretty sure Grok doesn't like African teams. Okay, I'm just saying, because when I was doing when I was preparing this, Grok didn't really know the African teams' flags. Like, it was just all weird. The flags weren't even like real flags. That's what confused me. So yeah, Grok doesn't like the African teams, I guess. And this was for like most of the African teams as well. Let's see, we got the votes going on. We got 2 votes in for Norway. God, everyone believes Norway's gonna just take it. Is it that evident? How about a draw? Well, I have to get to voting here too. I definitely have to get to voting. Definitely. All right, let me just get right on in there. Wait. I'm coming, boys. I'm coming to vote as well with you lads. Okay. Norway draw Senegal. Norway draw Senegal. What are we gonna choose here? Norway draw or Senegal? All right, GM Clump, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the stream. Let's see what can happen exactly on this match. Still getting the votes in. Just waiting. We're just waiting, making sure that everything's good. 7 votes in. Norway is ahead. 8 votes in. 8 votes in. Okay. Wait, we're 11 in here. So we got to get a few more votes in. Who's idling? Who's idling and not voting? Click on the votes, lads. We got to click on the votes. All right, we're going to end that one here, and we got another Norway. Norway win. Alrighty. Next up. Who's next on the list? We got Timmered. Timmered on the list is next. So this is Timmered's parlay. We're going to switch it up. Senegal, draw, Norway. Which one do you think is going to take it? Who's going to take it? Let me, because we're not looking at anything here, actually, now that I think about it. And that's not very nice. So here is the current table. Okay, this is what we're looking at now, the current table. Iraq that are at -3, and this is what I'm talking about. The goal differential is going to be great here. 50-50 again. No, it's not 50-50 again. Wait, what's 50-50 again? Okay, so draw here takes it. We got a draw. All right, so we got another draw. And no, we have no Senegal win? And the last one is for Klumpfuss. All right. We're using Klumpfuss as like the hedge. Or the, yeah. So Klumpfuss, Senegal, draw, Norway. Guys, we didn't get a single Norway win. I don't think Senegal win. I don't think Norway are, look, Norway beat Iraq. That's like a free win for everyone. Iraq is just a free win for the whole group. Okay, so we can't count that in. The real matchup that they had was against Morocco. Norway versus Morocco. And we saw what happened there. Did we not? They drew. And Morocco's a good team. Norway's a good team as well, and they ended up drawing. Now, we do have draws, but we don't have a Senegal win. That's the only thing. What are we going for here? It looks like we finally decided to vote for Senegal. And this is on Klumpfuss's one. So it looks like Senegal is going to take it, actually. And that's smart, guys. Okay, wait. I see it going down a little bit. Okay, 9 votes. Okay, Senegal takes it for the last one. Okay, so Klumpfuss is used again as a punching bag. I'm sorry, Klumpfuss. I personally love you, Klumpfuss, but I guess, you know, some people are out for you here. Senegal, win. Or maybe Senegal is going to win and you're going to be like, haha, guys, joke's on you, you all lose. Next up, Ghana versus the English. Now, the English, we saw how good they were. And Ghana don't have an exceptional team here. And I'm pretty sure Ghana, yeah, look, they're 73rd in the FIFA rankings. And England is 4th. So we already see that. Ghana did win their first game, though, against Panama. They only beat them 1-0. And Panama is not, you know, if we take a look at Panama, Ghana solo. Hey, Dizar, nice to have you in chat, brother. Nice to have you. Ghana solo? So see, look, Panama, they beat Panama, and Panama's a pretty good ranked team here. Let's see if they got any nice players. Who do we have? Gutierrez? No. Any good ones? Wow, okay, Panama actually don't have a fantastic team, but they all play in what it looks like San Diego Pumas. So I think that's Mexico, if I'm not mistaken. Or I guess Pumas is in Panama, maybe? Who knows? But they're Minnesota. So we have people. Okay, we have Norwich here. We have a few guys that play for the MLS, but then after that, there's nothing really sensational going on there. Okay, so that was against Panama. Now, of course, we're looking at the next matchup, which is, of course, England versus Ghana. Now, the head-to-head. Let's, of course, take a look at the head-to-head first. When did they play? They played in 2011, so we're not going to count that one. We can't look at that one. We, of course, have to bring out the X's here. The Grok. We have to ask Grok, what are the odds for the match England versus Ghana in percentages? Where is Ghana? Where is England? What do you mean, where is Ghana? Where is England? They're right here, buddy. They're right here. Okay, so look at that. They have basically, the English have a 75 to 80% chance or probability of winning. A draw is at 6 or at 13, sorry. And then the Ghanaians are at 6. Last time when I say, I lost completely though. Where is Ghana? Where is England? Now, we already know how the matchup is going to look like. Okay? Because if we look at both teams, let's take a look at their last games. Now, England versus Croatia was a really good matchup. I think Keelan is in here, and he said it as well. It was a pretty good matchup. It was very entertaining. A lot of goals, a lot of action, non-stop action. And the English had a 3.20 expected goals, 22 shots on target, 22 shots total, 11 on target, 37. England win for sure. Okay, so everyone thinks England's gonna win. All right, so the first one we're gonna do Romaine parlay because we gotta hurry up here. Actually, now that I think about it, okay, wait, we gotta hurry up. We gotta hurry up. So I'm gonna now start spamming actually because it's 8:08. And we're not even halfway through, okay? So because we're not halfway through, we got to start spamming, okay? So we're going to be halfway through after this matchup. As we get the votes in, of course, I'll continue doing the research that we need to do. Look at that. I mean, this shows, and Croatia's a really, really good team, and they got completely dominated. Look at that. Bellingham did. Look at this team. Konsa, James, Anderson, Madueke, Bellingham, Kane, Gordon, Rice, Stones, O'Reilly, Pickford. Holy moly, what a team. What a team. And then on the other side, we had Musa, Baturina, Perisic, Palisic, Guardiola, which is a great team. Look, Susic as well, Stanisic, amazing season with Bayern Munich. Palisic is also with them, right? No, it's Perisic, sorry. Perisic used to be with them. So we only have Stanisic. I thought there was 2 players that played for Bayern Munich here. I guess we only have 1. Guardiola plays for Manchester City. But look at that. England did this to a Croatian team. And we know how strong the Croatians are. They're 11th. So we have 100% for England, looks like. All right, we got to get the votes in very fast. Very fast. All right, so I'm just going to cut that one because it's already going 100% for England. So we don't even need to vote more. England win. Next up, Timmer, England, draw, Ghana. Now let me look at the Ghanaian team. Let's see if we can get any insights from there. We have a Portuguese trainer. Unfortunately, their main goalkeeper seems to be injured, so he's doubtful, supposedly. We have Senania, who plays for Auxerre, Seydou, who plays for Rennes, which 2 pretty good teams. Wolfsburg. So defensively, Ghana has a pretty good team. Defensively, an average team. We're gonna say an average team defensively. Now here's where it starts to get difficult. Oh, there is Numa. Numa that plays for Lyon. Very good right midfielder right there. He can maybe potentially create some issues. Now, I think Thomas Partey is not playing this one. He has issues because of the allegations that he got in England. And I don't think he's going to be playing that one. If it's, let me see. Where is Ghana versus England playing? He can't go into Canada, from what I understood. He can go into the US, but he cannot go into Canada. So it's in Massachusetts, so Partey will be playing. The only place that he can't play is in Canada. So if they go to Canada, he can't go. But other than that, in the midfield... Oh, wait, this is Panama. Other than that, Sulemana is not bad, actually. Oh, and there's Fatawu also with Leicester. And then, of course, the biggest one for me is Semedo. That obviously we know he plays for Manchester City. And then Iñaki Williams, Nico Williams' brother. And you must be wondering, wait, why is Nico playing for Spain? Well, because they're originally from Ghana, but Nico decided to play for Spain, and Iñaki decided to play for Ghana. And obviously, because Iñaki would never be called up to the Spanish team. He's just, not good enough. And then there's Jordan Ayew. He used to be good, but he does have the fighting spirit. I think the biggest issue is going to be Semedo for the English. We're going to see what happens if they defend well and they could get counterattacks with Semedo or Fatawu. I think it can be dangerous. We can have a little bit of a surprise here. We will see. All right, we got 10 votes for England. Not surprised. Not surprised. Not surprised. Should I just put all England or no? Let me see. All England? Because it was 100% again. Let's just see if we just do a quick one here or if we continue voting. Do you think Ghana has a chance? Because look, Ghana does not have a bad team, guys. They have a pretty good team. Ghana has always been the team in the World Cup that has always done something, in my opinion. If we look at the Ghana, okay, last Ghana World Cups, and you don't remember Uruguay versus Ghana, where Luis Suarez kind of like he was in front of the goal and he just knocked it out with his hand. So in Qatar, they lost in group stage, in Brazil in group stage. In South Africa as their best performance, they reached the quarterfinals, and I think that's where they were eliminated by Uruguay with Luis Suarez's infamous handball, where he got the red card. That was missed by, I forgot his name. but it was missed by the obviously it was missed, and then there was a penalty shootout, and they ended up losing. So it is what it is. But yeah, so their best performance was in the quarterfinals. Look at that, in South Africa. So can we get maybe a little bit of a repetition here? They are looking like they can get out of this group. Let's see. And we do have a full yes. Okay, so we're not even going to look at that more. People believe that there's zero chance. All right, let's go move over to the Swiss. Oh, yeah, we're going to have to go fast, huh? I'm going to start the voting now for the Swiss, okay? Swiss. So this is for my parlay. We have to go Switzerland. I hate typing Switzerland. Draw. Or, wait, what was it I said? The next match, or Canada. So I'm going to start it off. Wait. Sorry about that. I closed it. Or Canada. So I'm going to launch the vote already because, yeah. Because we're 45 minutes out. We have 30 minutes left. We have 30 minutes left to fill this out. Okay, we have 4 games. We have 5 games left. Oh God, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games left. Oh Jesus. Oh God. Oh God. Okay, so we're already oh God, we're not gonna have time, are we? We're not gonna have time. We're not gonna have time. I'm sad for the guy who got his leg broken in the Canada Qatar. Yeah. Yeah, that was a bad one, to be honest. I saw that one, and the surprise in his eyes, he wasn't even screaming. He looked at his legs like, yo, my leg's broken. But he's only going to be out for about 4 or 5 months. Leg breaks are not as bad as they used to be. I don't know if you remember Musiala as well, that broke his leg versus Paris in the World Cups. Let's see, we have a draw so far. Let me just do the first thing that we like doing all the time, which is, what are the odds for Canada versus Switzerland in percentages? Let's see. And of course I have to get the matchup up. That would be nice of me if I can do that. Let me just go right to it. Here it is. That's 4 in 4 days, okay? Let's look at the table. Canada got their first win ever in the World Cup, okay? It was against a weak-sided Qatar, unfortunately. That got 2 red cards, so it was very unlikely. Switzerland, that managed to draw against the Qatar. They drew against the Qatar. They did draw against the Qatari, huh? They did, yeah. In the last minute, they drew. Unbelievable. And then Bosnia, they drew against. Who did they draw against? They were playing against Qatar. Wait, who did Bosnia draw against? Was it Canada? Yeah, they drew against the Canadians. Okay, yeah, Bosnia drew against the Canadians, and the Swiss drew against the Qatari. Okay, I got it. All right, so that's what we're looking at here. Let's look at the squads. Now, Alfonso, okay, so we do have a draw for the first one. So we're going to put Romain draw. The next one, I'm going to just launch it straight up, because then we're never going to be able to finish it. I'm going to close this. Now I'm going to put Timmer. I'm just going to put Swiss. I'm not even going to think about spelling it. Swiss versus the Canadians. This is for the Timmer. This is for the Timmer squad. While I keep looking at what's going on in these squads. So Canada, we know that defensively they're not bad. Okay, defensively they're okay. Their biggest asset is Alphonso Davies all around. And then once we go up, we do have Ismail Kone, which is the guy that just broke his. He didn't break his ankle. He broke his femur and his fibular or something like that. He didn't break his ankle. But he's not gonna be out for too long. Unfortunately, he did break his ankle, so that's a big out for the Canadians. I think that may hurt them a lot. We have Bosch Annan, as well. Miller, yeah, not a whole lot here. And obviously Jonathan David with Promise David as well in front that can maybe, hopefully find solutions there. And then the Swiss. Now the Swiss, they have a really good team. I'm going to start with the good of the good here, which is Embolo. Embolo, in my opinion, he played fantastically against who did he win against? Against Bosnia. Okay, against Bosnia, really good play. He came back a lot to ask for the ball and helped his midfield really develop the gameplay. And then there was Vargas. We saw that they managed to score. I'm pretty sure it was against them, right? Yes, it was. It was against them. It was against Bosnia. Really nice. I think they won 3-0, if I'm not mistaken. I watched that match too. I don't know why I'm having a blank here. But Ndoye had a fantastic match. He managed to outpace the opposing right back, the Bosnian right back, quite often actually. So I'm pretty happy with Ndoye and his performance, and I believe that he did a lot to completely fatigue the Bosnian defense. He just kept going, pacing and pacing and pacing. And Vargas came in and just cut it up. And also, who came on? Manzambi, he came on, and what an entry from him. He came on 2 minutes later, he scores a goal. And it was 0-0 before he came on. He came, scores a goal. It was an unfortunate goal. It was a header by the Bosnians that came down onto the penalty spot. And Manzambi, he just put it right in. Anyway, we got to get the votes in. Oh God, we're not gonna be able to make it, guys. I don't think we're gonna be able to make it. We still have 4 matches, and we have 40 minutes. That's gonna be hard, huh? And so we have a Swiss one here. Yeah. We have a Swiss. All right, so you know what? Actually, we're gonna turbo it. All right, are you ready to turbo it, guys? Are you ready to turbo the votes? Get your voting fingers on. I don't want anyone to leave the computer here, okay? Because now we actually have to we actually have to go very, very fast now. Okay, so are you ready to go fast? All right, next up, Julesy. Julesy, I'm only gonna leave it for like 30 seconds. That's it. Swiss, draw, Canada. Now, keep in mind that the Canadians, they just lost a valuable player here. So the Swiss, in my opinion, they have a little bit of an advantage, a tiny bit of an advantage. Okay, but the Canadians, their first ever victory was against Qatar, and then they drew against Bosnia. No, they drew against... Yes, they drew against Bosnia, the Canadians, and they won against Qatar. Against the Swiss, it's going to be a different one here. Let's see how many votes we got going here. The Swiss. All right, I'm taking it instantly. Swiss again. Next. Next, who do you have? I think it's Timmered. No, it's Ole. 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 All right, so we do have a Canada. Yeah, I'm going. I'm trying to rush it here. Ole. Canada. Draw. Swiss. Now we're turboing it. Turbo, extra, turbo to 2000. That's what we're doing right now. We're going to have to go so fast. I'm actually not even going to leave it for 30 seconds in my opinion. Yeah, okay. Come on, get the votes in. Come on, we're 13 people in here. Let's get the votes. Get the votes. Yep. As soon as I see a majority, I'm going for that one. Okay. And again, there's a slight advantage for the Swiss. The Swiss have a really good midfield, but the Canadians also really are really not bad. I think it's not Ole. It's, well, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but I say Ole. How would you pronounce it? Oh no, guys, oh no, we're all tied. Okay, a draw. All right, boom, majority. I'm taking that draw. Next. Oleg. 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 I say Oleg. Okay, I see what you mean. Oleg. Next up, it is Timmered, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. Timmered. And we're gonna start with draw, Canada, and Swiss. Let's see if that screws people up or not here. Who do we think is gonna win for that one? All right, again, people Whoever's new here, by the way, if I don't know if anyone's, you know, not from the Discord, but whoever's not from the Discord here, if you're not from the Discord, you are automatic. This is a $10,000 parlay, by the way, free entry. If any of these picks win, so any of these 7 picks that we have, or 6 picks, 10,000 is split by everyone who's here. Okay, that's how it's gonna work. So, anyways, Swiss. Okay, Swiss. We got a okay Swiss draw. Swiss draw. That's not bad. So $10,000 parlay. Hey. Next up is going to be for clumps. So this is the last one here. Clumps. I'm going to call you clumps now. Okay. Swiss. Draw. Canada. What are we going to get here? No Canadian win. And you know what? I'm actually going to agree with this one. I'm going to agree with this one because they did lose Kone. And Kone was a really, really, really important player for them. And unfortunately, they're not getting him back. Okay, that's not going to happen. So Canada and Alfonso Davis, he came back from an injury, so he's not 100% either. This is something that we have to keep in mind. Okay, he can get injured again, maybe. All right, how many votes do we have here? We have 3 votes. Let's get the votes in here. We got 20 minutes. We got to spam the votes more. We got to be on it here. We got to focus. Everyone has to drink a little bit of a Red Bull and focus. Oh, we got 12 people in here. 11 votes. I'm not sure I see a draw, but I guess we are going for a draw. Let's see if we can get a few in. Okay, we're totally even. Oh no. No, not even. Considering the fact that Swiss played with Bosnia, I think it's not surprising about Switzerland. Yeah, I agree with you. I think, and they played very well. This match can do either ways. I don't know, Thiver. The thing is that they lost Kone to the broken ankle. Okay, so it's Swiss draw. So we're gonna go with the order here, and we're gonna go draw. We're gonna go draw, and who knows? You know, who knows? Maybe we do find a draw. So we're going to go with the draw here. Next, Scotland versus Canada. Sorry, Scotland versus Brazil. This is Romaine's parlay. Let's see how you guys think for Scotland versus Brazil. Scotland, but hey, don't underestimate Scotland here. Scotland did lose. Scotland lost against... Who'd Scotland just lose against? Morocco? Yeah, they lost against Morocco. Just yesterday. 1-0. But it was a good game. I saw the end of the match and they were pressing hard, trying to score. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it. So will that kind of tell us what's going to happen with the Brazilian match? Let's get to voting. Scotland draw or Brazil? What are we looking at here? Brazil draw. All right, looks like this is not 100%. So people will still think that maybe up, but it is looking like, oh, we even have a Scotland win, actually. Okay. All right, we got 7 votes, and the first one is going to Brazil. Let me put in the second one, and I will look at. So this is Timmer. Brazil. Draw. Brazil draw or Scotland. All right, let's get to voting on that one. I like Switzerland as well. I think, honestly speaking, against Bosnia, Switzerland played super well. I was actually really surprised at how well they played. Next up, what are the odds for, I didn't even look this one up yet, for Canada or for Brazil. Brazil versus Scotland in percentages. While that loads, let me just try to get that matchup up real fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It should be around here, and there it is. So here we have Scotland. Neymar will play. Neymar will play in this one. No way. Okay, so that changes everything, actually. Maybe it's going to boost the group. We don't know. Let's check the head-to-head. 4 wins, 1 draw. The last one in 2011, though. 2-0 win for the Brazilians. The Scot only drew once And that was in 1974. That was like decades ago, okay? And here's going to be the lineup, most likely. Adams, McTominay, I talked about him already. Robinson, great. So they have a few great players like Ferguson, McTominay, McGinns, Adams, and that's Christie-ish, but that's about it. And of course, on the other side, Rafinha is injured. He's not going to play, okay? So Rafinha is definitely injured. He got injured against Haiti yesterday in the 3-0 win. So he's not going to play. Oh, so he's still doubtful. But as you can see, hamstring injury for Rafinha. I think he's going to maybe be out. But Martinelli can take over, okay? Martinelli is not bad. We also obviously have Vinicius Jr., Ryan, Luis Enrique, Luca. I mean, guys, we have, in terms of attack, we're good, okay? Cactu, nice to see you, my dude. Nice to have you in here, brother. Let's see, we got Brazil winning that one. All right, next up. By the way, for people who are in here and that don't know what's going on, this is a community parlay. It's a 10,000. It's free to enter. If you're participating, you're automatically entered in this. Okay, so Cat2, I don't know if you're on Discord, but if you're not, now you are. So congratulations, you are in the parlay officially. Free monies. It is if we win. Okay. Julesy, oh guys, we gotta go fast. We got 15 minutes. Oh, we're never gonna finish. Impossible. Okay, so the next three ones, we're gonna choose one team and we're gonna go with it for the four. Unfortunately, that's what we're gonna have to do. Or we cut them in half. We do half, and then the other half we make another vote. We're gonna do 2 votes. Okay, if not, we're never gonna finish. It's not gonna work. Brazil, draw Scotland, because we have to. The parlay submission ends. Oh, gee, actually, let me open that. Here, let me show you. You're gonna be able to see on the screen, right above, right above. I think you can see it. Yeah. Let me just open the parlay so that you can see it as well. So look, we have 28 minutes left until the parlay closes. Okay. So that's something that we have to keep in mind here. So we definitely have to submit this parlay. Okay. So we have to do it ASAP. ASAP. Let's go. Brazil, I look forward to Germany plays today, and Brazil amount of goals. Hey, I'm streaming all of them. Okay, I'm streaming Germany, and then I'm streaming the game after versus Germany, Ivory Coast, and Sweden versus the Netherlands. All right, so Brazil 100%. Wow, look at that. Okay, and you know what? I think from here we're just gonna go and select all Brazil. Wait, Brazil win all? Okay, Brazil win all, yes or no? If it does, I select it all. With Ecuador versus Germany, what we're going to do is we're going to do only 2 votes. One vote is going to be for me, Tamer, and Julesy, and the other vote's going to be for Oleg, Tamer, and Klumpfuss. Okay, so we're going to do 2 votes. Hopefully we can get in. I think that will be good enough. Okay? Okay, so we do have a yes. All right, boom. So Brazil takes it. Perfect here. Brazil does take it. And now we look at Ecuador versus... Now here, take your time because we only have 2 votes. Okay, take your time. Take your time. This is going to be Romain, Tamer, Julesy. Dano Wise, yes, of course. Take your time. Don't vote just yet. Let me. I'm just putting up the vote so that we can, once you're ready and you think you know, we can get the vote up. But let me, just for a minute, Ecuador versus Germany. Now, I know that Ecuador has an amazing defensive line, especially with Pacho in there. Let's see if I can just go back one, because I know that it is right after, right here, Ecuador versus Germany, as you can see right here. And so Germany have a 60% chance of winning, actually, or probability, not chance, but probability. A draw is at 25%, and then Ecuador's at a 20% chance of winning, or probability. 20% probability. Okay? What I want to do is I want to quickly look at the squad. Okay, this is a more close matchup in my opinion. More than you guys could imagine. It's the 10th versus the 23rd in the world. And this is what I was saying here. The defensive line is not bad. We got Ordóñez, which is an actually I think he's definitely changing club from Club Bruges. William Pacho, I think everyone knows who William Pacho is. Hincapié from Arsenal, of course. So the back line is phenomenal. Okay, and here's where it starts to get a little bit difficult, which is in the midfield and then the attack. The attack is the weakest link, unfortunately. The midfield is good. Obviously, we have Moises Caicedo, which is just a bulldog. So defensively, we're going to have a great matchup. Are they going to be able to score or not? This is going to be go. I'm preparing dinner already. They will win the World Cup. Who will win the World Cup? I'm going with Germany. They will win the World Cup. You know what? Statistically speaking, every World Cup that was played in the North American scene, no European has ever won. That's just to let you know. Okay, so we do have 11 votes for Germany. Germany wins, so that's going to be for 3 of us here. Okay, and now the next vote is going to be for Ole, sorry, oops. Ole, Timurd, and Klumpfuss. So Klumpfuss is no longer the bullied one here. He's just a part of the game. Ecuador, Germany, sorry, draw, and then Germany. Wait, I saw in the chat. What did I see? What did I read in the chat here? Penaldo will win the World Cup. I was actually saying that. My bid was actually Portugal winning the World Cup. And Portugal have look at oh, we got a spammer, guys. We got a spam. Where's Christina? Timur, I'm going to make you mod. Timur, where are you? Timur or Clump. I'm making you mod. Clump, you're mod. I'm moderating you. Just please get rid of these guys. Standard mod. Actually, I'm going to give you full mod privileges, Clump. I trust you with my life. If you can please deal with those while I do this. Thank you very much. I love you. Okay, so we do have Germany. Okay, we have 8 votes. We got 13 people in here. Let's see what we can do. I think I'm going to go with a draw. This can be... I mean, Germany. Let me look at Germany, the squad. And this is the attacking... I mean, Kai Havertz, Leroy Sané. Even though he plays for Galatasaray, he's not bad at all. Wirtz, Musiala. I love Musiala. He's just such a... Musiala is... And he's only 20... he's only 23, guys. In my opinion, one draw should be in. Okay, so I'll get one draw then. We should get one draw. We'll put your draw in, Club, okay? Because you're kind of the... but because we do have draws in here, we will do that. Okay, Clump? We'll put it under you. Okay? All right, cool. So the rest is actually Germany win. So all of them Germany win. Except Clump. Clump will put as a draw. Okay, next up, we do not have a lot of time. Next up, we have Turkey versus the US of A. Yes, okay, all right, perfect, thank you. And by the way, thank you so much, Clump, for dealing with those nasty spammers. Next up, it's going to be Romain, Timur, Julesy. Just to make sure that it was Julesy and not the other one. And now we're going to do Turkey is out of the World Cup already. They haven't scored a single goal in this World Cup. And the US has played an amazing game versus... who was it? I can't remember who it was. Damn it. Can someone remind me who the US played against? Man, I can't remember who they played against. I have a brain fog right here. Let me wait. The U.S. What team is against Australia? The U.S. was a great, yes, thank you so much, Infopol and Julesy. Yeah, the U.S. played so good against Australia, but Australians were really weak in my opinion. So this is going to be for all the marbles here. Wow, okay, so that was a quick one here. USA. So that's going to be the 3 here. And are we going to do all of them? All USA? Turkey places relegation team. Turkey places like a relegation team currently. They are relegated, and unfortunately they're completely out of the World Cup. There's no way that they can qualify. They're out of the World Cup officially. Are they going to try to, you know, recoup themselves and try to regain their fans' confidence? Let's see. The next ones are going to be Oleh, Timurd, and then Klump Fuss. Okay, USA, and Turkey, yeah. And Turkey, to be honest, had a really good team. They all play for top clubs. All of their players play for top clubs. Let me just show you this real fast. Okay, before we go off to the last one. And guys, we're gonna make it in the nick of time. Perfect. In the last one, we can take a breather. Okay, for Norway versus France, I think we can make it until the 50th minute. Okay, that gives us 10 minutes to lock in our parlays. Everyone here, Timur, Klump, are you okay with that? Ole as well. If we have 10 minutes for whatchamacallit, for Norway versus France, because that's a big matchup there. Lou, sorry. Wait, we're kind of drawn here actually. Okay, USA. So it's a full USA win. USA have 6 points. Guys, hold up a second. We got 11 votes, but hold up a second. USA have 6 points. They're qualified no matter what. Okay, they're qualified no matter, but they're not going to want to lose, of course. They're going to play it to finish first. Okay, so I'll take it. But we are drawn here. No draw. No 2 draw, please. They will play well, just no goal. And the Turkish haven't even scored a goal. Are we going to make it? We are going to make it. A Thiver. We're definitely going to make it. Yes, but they are host. They are host. You're right. Definitely forgot about that. They are host, and they're going to want to score a lot of goals. Turkey haven't even scored a single goal. So do we put it on the Americans? Well, I guess it's just going to be up for... let's just wait one more second. Okay, it's definitely the Americans. The Americans take it. Again, the Turkish haven't even scored a single goal, guys. Not even a single goal. All right, good. Now we have 8 minutes for Norway versus France. Maybe you can do 2, 2, and 2. So the first vote is going to be Timur and me. So Romain, Timur. And this is going to be France, draw, Norway. Don't underestimate this one, guys. Okay, let me go and take a look. We already looked at the Norwegian team. Let's go look at the French team real fast. Okay, we already know what Norway has, but now we need to see what France has. France has a great goalkeeper with Mike Magnon. Malo Gusto. Look at this backline. Look at this backline with Malo Gusto, Jules Koundé, which is the right back, by the way, which also can play center back. Upamecano, Konate, Saliba. I mean, guys, Maxence Lacroix, Luca Digne, Theo Hernandez, Luca Hernandez. I mean, guys, wow, actually, this team is stacked. Holy moly, I did not realize we were this stacked. Oh, Warren Zaire-Emery. I mean, Emery, what a season this kid has played. Oh my God. Ryan Shirky, Michael Olise. Wow, actually, I didn't realize we were this stacked. I didn't realize France. I'm French, by the way, for those who don't know. And I did not realize that France was this stacked. We have Bradley Barcola, Ousmane Dembele, Marcus Thuram, Kylian Mbappe. If Mbappe plays, Norway or France doesn't win. If Mbappe plays, France doesn't win. That's going to get people angry. But yeah, stacked out team actually, now that I see it. France takes it. So for Timmer and me, it's going to be France. And then next up we have Julesy. What are you laughing at, brother? What are you Why is everyone laughing at me when I say that Mbappe plays that we don't? He doesn't play like. Yes, exactly. A dictator. Thank you very much. I finally, at least someone. Julesy, Oleg. France, draw, Norway. I think it should be half. I think it should be France, draw, and Norway, because Norway can win this too. Buy meme coin Mbappe. You gotta buy the meme coin Mbappe. By the way, who was that I've never seen before? Cactu, are you still in here, bud? Are you still in here, Cactu? Cactu, if you're still in here, raise your hand, please. Oh, we got more spams. Welcome to the spammers. Spam means that we're doing something good, by the way. Okay, I'm just saying. That means this is bullish to me. But anyway, did I? Oh God, I didn't even put up a vote. Wait, did I put up a vote? Did I? Wait. Did I put up a vote or no? Yes, I did put up a vote. Okay, so this is Julesy and Oleg. Okay, so it looks like we are going onto a draw, and I agree with this. A draw is totally possible against Norway and France. Okay, they're not going to want to lose both of them, and they're going to have to. But I mean, oh my God, Michael Elise is absolutely out of this world. We got 12 votes in, and it looks like we are ending with a draw. And we don't have a lot of time. The last vote in, we're gonna make it tip. And now the last of the last vote before the match starts here. And now we have the last two. So Timurd, Klumpfuss, France, and then as soon as we finish this, I'm gonna paste this in the chat, okay? And I'm gonna tag everyone. And Klumpfuss. Okay, Klumpfuss. Oh my God, I put Klumpfuss. I put France, draw, Klumpfuss. I don't know if Klumpfuss could beat France, okay? Alone, a one-man Klumpfuss versus France seems easy to me. I would put all my money on Klumpfuss, okay? Just saying. So, are we going to go with a Norway here, or are we just going to continue with a France win? Do we believe France will take it no matter what? This is what we're asking ourselves here. France taking it no matter what, it looks like. Look at that. And then we have the first game of the parlay that's going to happen. As soon as we finish this parlay, in 13 minutes, we got the first game. Okay? All your money on Clump to win the opposite way. That was. Let's see, 12 votes. 12 votes. Looks like France takes it. All right, guys, we have officially finished France. All right, we have officially finished. We got France in here. Let me just tag all these guys again. Where are they? Okay, so these are the fellows. Let me just copy the text, put it in here, and I will copy that, put it in, and all right, I've tagged all of the people that are supposed to put in their picks. Now we're gonna go and do our picks. Let me go and just change screens here real fast so that we can see the main screen, the parlay. Okay, so here is wait, this is big. All right, let me just make this smaller so that it fits in the screen and it doesn't just go out. Okay, alrighty, alrighty, we're not looking bad here, and we can even make it a little bigger for the road. Look at that, perfect. Okay, so now I'm gonna fill out my parlay. So this is going to be, the first one I had was a draw. That's a good draw in my opinion. The next one I had was a Germany win. The next one I had after that is an Argentinian win. The one I had after that was a draw. So Norway versus Senegal. I got a draw for that. England versus Ghana. English win. Swiss, Canada. I got a draw. Brazil win. Uh-oh, wait. I can't. How do I... Wait, I gotta go to that side now. There it is. Okay, so now I got a Brazil. Brazil. Germany. US of A. And France. Okay, so these guys, if you're looking, whoever is not in the Discord that is on here, because I know I saw one name that I didn't really recognize. So whoever's in here that isn't in the Discord, come on the Discord. Okay. Also, okay, so this is the submission. Everyone who participated, please leave your Discord name right now in the chat. Please leave your Discord name right now in the chat. I will go and I will submit it right now. Did you already send? No, I did not already send, but I'm going to send it right now. Okay, everyone leave. Yeah, we got Noon with your boy here. All right, so this is the final one. We got a draw versus Netherlands, Sweden. Germany, Ivory Coast, German win. Argentina win versus Austria. Draw versus Norway and Senegal. England win versus Ghana. Brazil win versus Scotland. Draw versus Switzerland and Canada. German win versus Ecuador. USA win versus Turkey. France win versus Norway. And that's how we're submitting it. All right, perfect. I'm submitting it now. Give me just 1 minute. I'm going to go to the bathroom, and then we're going to prepare the stream for part 2, and we're watching the match together for the first parlay entry. This, again, guys, $10,000 for free. Free entry. Free. It's free for the XO brothers. Okay, free. 10,000. Let me be back in 2 minutes, and then we will... Actually, let's just go, and I will be back. Let me just fix everything up here. We're just switching up the layout, as you can see. Now let me just make sure that everything looks handy-dandy. We got to get the Netherlands, of course. The lineup. Let me get the lineup here. Okay, beautiful with the lineup. Of course, we got to get this up and going, obviously. So we got that, and then we have soccer, which is football, by the way. Who calls it soccer? Turkish, and then beam, we got this. All right, perfect. And then of course we got the money line. The money. Who do we have here? Netherlands. Oh man, I'm so excited for this match, guys. You have no idea. I'm gonna be ecstatic. If I don't know who I want to win, to be honest, but I'm so... Oh wow, Netherlands is like huge favorites for some reason on the XOs, as you can see, with the money line here live, of course. And we do also most likely have markets, and so let me actually go... Wait, let me actually go and get that up here. We do also have XO markets around this matchup, I'm pretty sure. I think Kylian maybe made one, or Kylian maybe made one for the for the Brazil game, actually, if I'm not mistaken. I watched that game. Let's see, closing soon. Netherlands, no, nothing. No markets, it looks like. No one made a market for it. Will Brazil take the All right, so no one made a market for this matchup, it looks like. Okay, so we're gonna keep this. We're gonna keep this, and we're gonna put... Oh wait, this is the wrong matchup. Today, put that, and we have the table. I'll put the table. So look, Swedish. The Swedes are first right here. Don't forget that the Netherlands, they drew against the Japanese. Okay, all right. Now that we're ready. Be right back 2 minutes. All right, take it easy. Submit your submissions. I will be back in 2 minutes. It was for Morocco last night. Yeah, that's what I thought. I will be back in 2 minutes, and then we're ready to watch the match together for the first entry. Okay, sadly, no entry. Oh, really? That's fine. At least you got some CP. You know? I mean, much rather just have, like, no one come in than, and you get free CP, basically. It's basically free CP, right? All right, be right back. 2 minutes, and then we start the match. All right, brothers and sisters, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready. It was for Morocco last night. Sadly, no entry. All right, we are ready for the first parlay of the day, of course. Let me just get everything. Let me get everything locked and loaded here while we get the first stream up, which is wow. It's going to be a good one. It is going to be a good match, in my opinion. I hope it's going to be a good match. I mean, it kind of has to be, no? Two great teams. Sweden with an amazing attack with Gyökeres and Isaac. I don't see how it couldn't work, if you know what. All right, and we are ready to go, boys and girls. We are ready to go, boys and girls. Okay, so I'm on a channel, and there's actually a vote on this channel, and there's not even a draw. It's just who's gonna win, and most people are actually voting for a Netherlands win, to be honest. So most people do see the Dutch win somehow, but I guess we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes live. The players are coming onto the pitch here. I think I'm gonna be doing this one standing up because this one's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a battle in the midfield, in my opinion. This is gonna be a battle everywhere. Let's just see, what day is it today? The 20th. Beam bam boom, beam bada boom. We got the lineups. So as you see, the lineup with so for the Dutch is Verbergen in the goal, Dumfries on the right, Van Heck in as center back, Van Dijk on his left, and then Van de Ven as a left back. Riders, the Manchester City player, as the right midfielder with De Jong, or we'll say the center midfield with De Jong, and Gravenberch, which midfield Netherlands, sensational. But here's where, in my opinion, it gets a little bit hard. Gakpo, Brabi, and Milan. That's going to be where we have a bit of differences, if you wish. Okay? So it's going to be, wait. Is it working or is it not working? Wait, can you guys see me? Can you guys not see me? All right, good. We're in. All right, Timmer's in, locked in. Okay, so we got Ole. We're just missing Ole. Wait. No, I can't check. You just need to launch it in. Okay, I think Ole is the only one that's missing. And Timmered. So if we don't get both of them, Well, damn it. Damn it. I don't think they got him in, but we'll see. Oh, okay. So Ugo, Bro, Noonsies, the Kilian, Dana Wise, Surge, Noon, Le Crypt, Dracoia. Hey, nice to have you in here, by the way, Dracoia. Hey, Hugo. Wait, wait, let me see if the stream works. Let me just make sure that everything's working. I think it is, in my opinion. It should be working at least. Let me just make sure everything's working, and then game's about to launch, and then I'll go over. Give me a second here. Yeah. Oh, is it? I'm sorry if I completely destroyed your ears. Holy moly! I wiped. Yeah. Yep. All right. Does the stream work well for you guys? This is the question that I have for you. Anyway, we are off. It looks like in a few seconds here we're going to be off, and of course the lineup for the Swedes are Nordfeldt in the goal. On the left we have Lindolf, of course, that plays, in my opinion, for Aston Villa now. Hein, Lagenberg, Bilk. Oh, these are hard names. Bernhards, Karlstrom, Arjari, Gudmunds, and Gren. And then here's the big one, Isaac and Goigeres in front. And this is where we have a big mix-up, because Netherlands are definitely in front in terms of midfield and the defensive line, but the Swedes are in front in attack. So is the attack the best defense, or is the defense the best attack? That's what we're asking ourselves here. And we are off to the races. Let's get watching this matchup here, boys and girls. All right. Okay, let me just get my money line up as well, because I'm definitely, I mean, boys and girls. I mean, boys and girls. Let me just get that up. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do. Obviously, I can't, right? I'm not going to influence anyone, right? But I will just comment on what I see. What I see in the match, how they're playing, we have the Netherlands. I give a through ball to Brobby, and intercepted by the Swedes in the nick of time. And here we have the Netherlands that press, the counter press, and get a touch for, throw in for the Swedes now. All right, let me make sure that I got everything handy dandy. The chat as well. Where's the chat? Just need to make sure the chat's good. Ugo, I got you. Don't worry, you're good, brother. I will write all the names later as this matchup is finished. But anyway, sit back, guys, sit back, relax, enjoy the show. You don't got to type in the comments or anything. Just, just chill with the good old Romain here. But anyway, all right, we are off again with the Swedes going from the back with Lindolf. Lindolf to Hein. Hein gives a nice pass in front to Karlstrom. Karlstrom gives it back over to Ledgerberg. Byrne gives it to Ledger. I'm gonna call him Legger. I'm not gonna give the full name, but anyway, Byrne gives it to Legger. Off to Nordfeldt. Nordfeldt throws it up in front, and we got Goigeres. Nope. Unfortunately, we have a offside. Nordfeldt, who kicks the ball straight in front, and Isaac deviates the ball, and Goigeres is right behind, but unfortunately he was offside. The Netherlands have the ball with Van de Ven on the left side, gives it back to Van Dijk. Van Dijk will give it, nope. Van Dijk's looking to maybe look to break some lines here. The Swedes are defensively nicely placed. We're looking to have a 4 with a number 6 right in front of the defense. So we're playing right now, it looks like a 5-line defense with just one midfield that comes and helps the defense here. A nice through ball for the Dutch on the left side, but unfortunately it is out for a goal kick. This is going to be a very tactical matchup, in my opinion. Oh, we have Ole. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just missing Julesy. No, Julesy made. Who are we missing? Oh, Timmerd. Oh, okay. So we're missing Timmerd. He unfortunately didn't make it. So we're missing one parlay. That's okay. That's okay. We're missing one parlay out of all of those. That's not bad. Anyway, the Dutch managed to recoup the ball in the midfield. We have Brobby. Oh no, Malen gets countered, and it is a throw-in for the Dutch on the right side. Dumfries plays it quick for Malen, but it looks like it's the handball. No, not a handball. Malen gives it to Gravenberch. Now we're with Van Heck. Van Heck looking to give a pass to Dumfries. Gives it to Dumfries, back to Van Heck. Van Heck gives it all the way back to Verbergen, the goalkeeper, who gives it over to Van de Ven on the left side. Van de Ven. The Swedes are looking to be pressing up high here with Isaac and Gyökeres. Isaac here is pressing, and unfortunately the goalkeeper had to clear it. Brobby managed to get the ball. We're pushing on the left side. Cross and goal. 1-0. 1-0 for the Netherlands. Beautiful action here for the Dutch. What a counter attack. Brobby managed to win the ball in the midfield after the goalkeeper cleared the ball. He wins, he holds the ball, passes it to De Jong, what it looks like, and De Jong quickly passes it to Gakpo. Gakpo on the left side outpaces and delivers a beautiful cross to Brobby, which just only has to put the ball right in the back of the net. So for now, whose parlays are alive? Oh, this is gonna be whose parlays. Okay, so mine is dead for now. Julesy is dead too. Timmer is alive. Klumpfuss is alive. And where's Julesy? Julesy is dead. And Ole is dead, and I'm dead. Okay, so if it stays like this, we're dead. Okay, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. This match is going to be a long match. We had a very quick, very, very quick goal. And now we have to just go on from there, to be honest. We've got to go on from there, see what happens. And we kick it off. Now, the Swedes seem to want to just press up high off the bat. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a toughie. We got Lindoff. Lindoff looking for some sort of idea from his teammates, but no one's moving. No. Oh, we got a through ball for Gyökeres. Gyökeres in the... What a shot by Gyökeres. That is deviated and put into a corner kick for the Swedes. So corner kick for the Swedes. Dano-wise, we're 1-0 so far. And so far, so good. Now, as you can see, right there, we have the Dutch that are at 74% chance or 74% probability of winning. Corner kick for the Swedes. The Swedes decide to play it as a two-touch, and unfortunately, it is an offside. What in the world was that? The Swedes decide to play it quick instead of crossing, and one pass, and they pass it back, and he was offside. They tried to give a through ball to Isaac, but Isaac was just offside, and he missed his control, and it went out anyway. So no matter what, it didn't change anything. All right, we got a clearage by Van Dijk that was looking for Brobby. Brobby heads it, but unfortunately, the Swedish defenders gained possession of the ball. We have Nordfeldt over to Ledger over to Bernardson to Gyökeres, it looks like. No, Gyökeres is now pressing the Dutch goalkeeper. Dutch goalkeeper decides to clear it. There's a big little battle here in the midfield, but the Dutch managed to gain and a foul called onto the Swedes. Free kick for the Dutch from the back, way back. We're in the midfield here. There's no danger at all. Van Heck Off to the right to Dumfries. Dumfries back to Van Hecke. Van Hecke tries to drive it up a little bit on the right side. Sees if there's any options. Doesn't find any. But finds Brobby here. Gives it back to Gravenbeck. They're in the box. Cross in for Gravenbeck. And unfortunately it's deviated by the Swedes and cleared out by the Swedes onto a Dutch defender who manages to protect his ball against a Swedish attacker. The Swedes gain control of the ball. They're now just slowly passing in the back line. Dumfries for Gravenberg, or for De Jong. De Jong for Brobby. Brobby back for Dumfries. Oh no, that was Dumfries. Sorry, Dumfries for Gravenberg. Van de Beek for Riders. Brobby again. Brobby's fighting. Wow, Brobby, what a match. What a start of the match for him. What a fight. What a physical fight that he's having with defenders. What they're doing is they're looking for Brobby. His back is against the goal, and his only mission is to control the ball and look for someone in front of him. And that's what they're doing. He's finding De Jong, and De Jong is just laying out the passes right after. Anyway, we have the Swedish here that play a quick throw-in. Netherlands go back. We got Van Dijk. Van Dijk for Van Hecke. Van Hecke for Dumfries. Dumfries back to Van Hecke. Van Hecke off to De Jong. De Jong gives it over to Dumfries on the right. That is completely alone in the midfield, though. No danger so far. Malen on the right side. Malen gives it back to Dumfries. Through pass for Malen. Malen's going to cross it into the box, to the second post. Header a bit too weak into the goalkeeper's hands, into Nordfeldt's hands. Nordfeldt doesn't have much to do. There was no power behind that header by Gakpo on the second post. Anyway, cleared out by the Swedish goalkeeper, and Van Dijk easily headers it and gives it to De Jong. De Jong passes it over to Gravenberg. Gravenberg to Dumfries. Dumfries crosses it in onto the second post. Oh, what a cross. And deep. And it is cleared out into a corner kick by the Swedes. What a cross by Dumfries that managed to get the ball in front of how many players? 3 players he managed to get in front of, and then the fourth one unfortunately just touches it and it goes out into a corner kick. Corner kick for the Dutch. Will we have another goal? So far it's not looking so good for the Swedes. They're having a really, really tough time defensively. Crossover, it is cleared out by the Swedish defense into a throw-in for, of course, the Dutch. The Dutch don't play quickly. They wait. All right, we're waiting for the Dutch to do something here. What are the Dutch going to do? All right, now we're hoping the Swedes can somehow try to find... Oh, we got a cross in. Nope, never mind. Goal kick. We had a quick play, a throw-in for Gakpo. Gakpo tried to cross it in. Unfortunately, he... how would you say that? You see, there are words, actually. I wonder how you say in English. All right, I was looking into this. I didn't even think of looking into that word. But anyway, he completely unscrews, I guess, screws up his cross, and it goes out into, or goes out for a goal kick. The Swedish are just, they're just trying to kick the ball in front, and hopefully Goikarez or Isaac can control the ball, but it's not working for them. Gravenberg manages to give it to Gakpo on the... Oh, no. Unfortunately, it is anticipated by the Swedish defender, but it is cleared out right into the Dutch feet. Gakpo 1 versus 1 against the Swedish defender. He's seeing what he does. He gives it back over to De Jong. De Jong keeps possession of the ball, gives it over to Riders. Riders back to Van Dijk. Van Dijk over to Dumfries. Dumfries to Milan. Milan looking to Go one versus defender. No, he goes in and gives it to Gravenberg. Gravenberg fakes a pass outside, goes inward, gives a pass to Gak. Oh, he manages to keep it inside of play. We're on the right side. Nope, it is out, and it is a goal kick for the Swedes. Let me just put, I'm going to put up the statistics here for you guys. Let me just put up the statistics. Wait, where is that? The stats. Let me get the stats up for you right here. Okay, these are the main stats, of course. All right, here are the main stats, of course. And we have the Swedish. The Swedish trying to do something, but the Dutch are just everywhere in the midfield. They're 4 versus 4. Inside of the box, shoots. It's deviated, and it is... No. It's a shot, but I guess... Let's see what happens exactly. It is a goal kick for the Swedes, but let's see what happens exactly. Oh, what a control by Riders, and then shoots. And unfortunately, he shoots, but actually, no one touches it. No one touches it. He shoots. The Swede puts his foot onto the ball, and Riders shoots at the same time, and it goes off to a goal kick. There's a problem with the ball, the goalkeeper says. I guess the ball is deflated. I guess. We got a deflation of the ball. All right. Goal kick from the Swedes straight into a throw-in for the Dutch. The Dutch played easy and go backwards. Give it over to Van Heck. Van Heck goes and gives it over to Gravenberg. Gravenberg over to Van de Ven. Van de Ven on the left side, looking to see if he can temporize, just hold the ball and see if there's any action coming on. But no, he gives it over to Gravenberg. Gravenberg to Melen. Melen sees Dumfries on the right side, who crosses it into first, and it is a goal. 2-0. 2-0 for Brobby. What a cross. Oh, my God. Oh, my days. This is going to be a... Wow. They're getting completely demolished, the Swedes. Completely demolished, the Swedes. What a goal. What a goal. Gravenberg sees Dumfries alone on the right. Dumfries controls, quickly crosses low to the ground. Brobby only has to just put his toe and tricks the goalkeeper. Tricks the goalkeeper, and boom, 2-0. No, Melen gives Dumfries, who is alone, and there is no offside. And Brobby, all he has to do is touch it with his toe, and that is a 2-0 for the Dutch. My God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I mean, the Swedes have absolutely nothing going for them. In the midfield, they're getting completely overran. They're almost always being overloaded, it seems. Brobby is pressing the Swedish goalkeeper, and they just can't manage to get out. The Swedish get a throw-in after trying to clear, and it was deflected by the Dutch attack. Now we have Nordfeldt again, the goalkeeper, with the ball. Gives it to Hein. There's no options. There's nothing. Nordfeldt. There's just no calls. No. All right, a big call for Goykeres here in the front, but unfortunately it's too easy for Van Dijk. Van Dijk headers it for Van de Ven, and a foul committed by the Swedish. This is going to be a tough one. Van Heck. Van Heck over to Dumfries. Dumfries back to Van Heck. Van Heck over to De Jong. De Jong gives it over to Dumfries, who is completely alone on the right side, of course, in their own side. De Jong for Gravenberg. Gravenberg gives it over to Dumfries. Dumfries to Van Heck. Van Heck to Van Dijk. Van Dijk to... No. gives it back to De Jong right in the midfield. That gives it over to Dumfries. Dumfries looks and gives it to De Jong. Wow, what a look. De Jong asks for the ball, and before he asks for the ball, he gives a little quick look back to see if there's anyone following him. No one's following him, so he controls the ball, and he is safe. Now the Dutch are just playing it safe. They don't need to do anything. They're winning 2-0. They're completely dominating the Swedes. I mean, A to Z. In the midfield, the Swedish have nothing. They have no response. Gravenberg is just making them believe that he's going to go right, and he goes left. Oh, I'm going to go right? No, I go left. And this is what's happening right now. It's just too hard. The Swedes, the only thing, looks like an easy win for the Dutch. Very easy win for now. The Swedish are definitely going to have to think of something during the commercial break. They're going to have to think of something during the commercial break, because this is just not good. The only thing they're doing is they're just clearing the ball in front and hoping Isaac or Gyökeres could do something, but that's not... Gyökeres is not that type of player, and Isaac isn't either. They need combination. They need through balls in order to get an advantage, and that's how they can do something. But if they only clear it and hope that Gyökeres or Isaac does something, it's not going to work. Now we have an image on the Swedish bench. They are looking to make some changes here, because they haven't aligned 3 passes, in my opinion. Let me look at the statistics here. In terms of statistics, it's not very good. 76% accuracy in terms of passes. A great through pass by De Jong for Gravenberg, but unfortunately it is anticipated by the Swedes. They try to counterattack, but nothing. It is defended by Gravenberg, or Dumfries, sorry, who came back to defend. 2-0, that's tough. Looks like an easy win for the Dutch so far. Let's see what happens, though. Anything can happen. This is football, guys. We can have an unlucky red card, something like that. We never know. Yesterday, for example, Panama got a red card for the player putting his hand in front of his face. That is illegal now in the FIFA rules. Brobby is such a beast as the attacking role. Once he gets the ball, he rarely loses it, or he gets fouled on. Foul on Brobby for the Dutch. The Dutch are all, what it seems like, in the box. They play it short on the left side. It is Gakpo. Gakpo crosses it over, but it is defended by the Swedes. The Dutch throw it back or kick it back into the box. Van Dijk headers it into the penalty box. But no, what's going on with the Swedes? There was three Dutch players close to the ball, and not a single Swede was close by in their own penalty box. The Swede supporters are looking a little bit devastated here. Losing 2-0 after 20 minutes, that's tough. But it definitely looks like an easy win for them. And now we're in commercial break. So now here's what's going to happen. Okay? Will the Dutch or will the Swedish manage to find a solution? There's nothing going on. I'm telling you. In the midfield, they cannot find each other. The defenders try to break lines, try to break the pressing, the Dutch press, but they just can't get out of it. And they keep losing the ball. Every time there's a pass in the midfield to a Swedish player, it is anticipated, and the ball is won over by the Dutch. So it's all around, it's a very difficult match for the Swedish. But what a goal. What a second goal here by Dumfries. What a pass. Oh, it was deviated slightly deviated by the Swedish defender. But that doesn't matter because Brobby would have gotten the ball anyway. It just made it a little bit more difficult for Bobby to hit the ball. But he toes it in. He just barely hits it. And it goes right under the goalkeeper's arm, actually, that goal. Interesting. It's going to be difficult, though. Going to be a difficult one. Now we're going to have to we're going to have to stand up here for the Dutch. Yeah, we're going to have to start standing up here and celebrate and like encouraging the Dutch so that, or the Swedish, so that something happens. All right, I'm ready, boys. I'm ready. All right, I am ready. I got my lucky sweater on. We need the Swedes, because of course we got the parlays. Okay, now it's not looking good for my parlay. Imagine losing in the first entry here. Let's see if we can get a Swedish, at least a Swedish, some sort of attack. This is what I'm asking for here. Can we get it? The XG for the Swedes is 0.03. One shot and one shot on target. One touch in the opposing box. That's it. All right, we're about to end the commercial break here. Water break. Commercial break. In my opinion, it's a commercial break. I mean, come on, guys. Okay, I've already said it 10,000 times. It's a commercial break. But we gotta get this show on the road. And hopefully, can we get a Swedish somehow, just a goal somehow? All right, Nordfeldt looking to kick the ball straight up in front, and I guess they're going to look for Gyökeres or Isaac. Let's see if the coach changed anything yet. Straight up in front for no one, unfortunately, as the Dutch defense managed to get control of the ball. But the Swedes anticipate a pass into the midfield by the Dutch, and the Swedes have control of the ball. Oh, wait. We're getting a little bit of action here. Swedes. All right, give me a second. Let me just sit back down here, because maybe the Swedes are up to something finally. We're starting to get a bit of combinations for the Swedes on the right side. We got a through ball for the Swedes just in the inside of the right side of the box, and it is a throw-in. Sorry, it's that tried to cross, deflected, and it is a throw-in for the Swedish. All right, let's see if we can get a... This is tough. Let's see if we can get a throw-in. It's going to be a long throw-in by the Swedish. So in the box, there's about, I guess, 10 Swedes in the box. It's going to be a long throw-in, and it is headed by the Swedish. Looks like Karlström shoots into his own teammate, and unfortunately, it goes out into a goal kick. He shoots it straight into his teammate's head, and that would have been such a goal. Unfortunate, such unfortunate. If his teammate's head was not there, it would have been a goal. Really thought they would do better. Yeah, I agree with you, but right now it's starting to look a little bit better. Okay, they're finally starting to find a few combinations here and there. Who do we have? Let me get the lineup here. We have the young over to Van Hek. Van Hek changes the game completely onto the left side for Gakpo. Gakpo against Lager. Gakpo decides to go in a little bit, gives it to De Jong. De Jong over to Van Hek. Van Hek tries to find Gakpo on the left side, but unfortunately it gets deviated by the Swedes that gain control of the ball, but unfortunately lose it straight after. Van Dijk anticipates a through ball. Gakpo on the left side, 1 versus 1, goes in, out again, decides to come back, gives it to De Jong. De Jong over to Van Hek. Van Hek gets countered by the Swedes, and we have a counterattack here maybe. Isaac gives it over to Gyökeres. Gyökeres crosses it over. We got a Swedish alone. God damn, what a cross by Gyökeres. Gyökeres crosses it for, who was that? Crosses it for, who did he cross it for? For Engren, I think it is. Is that who is that? Wait, did we already have a sub? Wait, no, there's no way we already have a sub, right? No, we don't have a sub yet. Wait, who is that? I can't. Am I seeing things? That was number 19. No, that wasn't number 10. Was that Engren? Can't see, but anyway, beautiful cross by Gyökeres for Engren, who was alone at the penalty spot. And he unfortunately misses his control, and the Dutch managed to come back and defend it. The Swedes have control of the ball right now with Nordfeldt, gives it to Leger to Hein back to Nordfeldt. Nordfeldt to Lindoff to Goodinson to Isaac. Isaac manages to find Gyökeres, who plays it back to Isaac, who then gives it over to Engren, what it seems like, and unfortunately, the cross is cleared out by the Dutch defense. And now the Swedish are starting to look good, okay? And it was Engren, by the way. Nygren was the one that missed that. Lindoff over to Nygren. Nygren to Gyökeres. Gyökeres shoots and totally whiffs it. And it is, no, it wasn't, it was a Yari. A Yari whiffs it completely. We already have Swedish players warming up, so I think in the halftime we're going to have a few changes here, but they're not looking bad. They're not looking bad finally. We got a few close calls, and actually, yeah, the XG didn't go up that much. It's too bad. Anyway, Van Dijk to De Jong. De Jong gives it over to Gakpo. Gakpo back to Raiders. Raiders to De Jong. I love De Jong, by the way. De Jong is just such a classy player. Van Hecke over to Gravenbush. Van Dijk to Van Hen. Van Hen gives it back over to Verbergen. Verbergen clears it straight into... No, it's being fought over by both teams in the midfield, but it's cleared out, and it is a throw-in for the Dutch. Come on, Swedes. Let's go. I believe in the Swedes. All right, we're going to have a throw-in. Throw-in for the Dutch. On the left side of the pitch. By what it looks like Van de Ven. Van de Ven for Brobby. Brobby headers it, tries to fight Gakpo. Unfortunately, they didn't understand each other. Brobby was looking to give more of a longer pass. Gakpo thought it was going to be a through pass, and it is a throw-in for the Swedes. That is played quickly, but no. The Swedes gain control of the ball. It is back to Nordfeldt. Lindoff. Oh, we have Gyökeres that's asking for the ball. He's complaining. Why don't you just give me the ball? Gyökeres is asking for a through ball. He's looking to pace here. He's looking to call for the ball. We got Isaac. Isaac for Gyökeres. Gyökeres in the box. Oof. Shoots. Unfortunately, very bad shot. Goalkeeper, without any issues, grabs the ball. It basically was a pass to the goalkeeper. Isaac to Gyökeres. Gyökeres controls it, and unfortunately, too many touches, tries to shoot, but the defender was there to stop that, unfortunately. All right, we got De Jong for Gravenberch. Gravenberch looks to give the through ball, but no, Malen, unfortunately, a little bit too late. Van de Beek, Gakpo to Van de Ven, sorry. Van de Ven to De Jong to Van Hecke. Van Heck over to De Jong again. De Jong. Scissor. Passes it over to Gakpo. Gakpo, no, gives it back to De Jong. De Jong, will he look for a through ball? No, he won't. He's going to completely just keep possession of the ball. Gives it to Van Dijk. Van Dijk passes over to Van de Ven. Van de Ven, Van Dijk. Van Dijk, De Jong. They're looking for a through ball here, but there's no movement. Brobby is fighting Lindelof in the entrance of the box. Brobby is just such a warrior. You can see him fight the defenders. And this is what oh yeah, Brobby is poison for the Swedish defense. He's completely poison. So Brobby's trying to come back and ask for the ball. Anyway, De Jong through ball for Milan. Milan almost touches it. Almost. I mean, I don't know if it would have been a goal, but tries a beautiful through lob ball by De Jong, and Milan was just a few centimeters short from touching it. Anyway, the Swedish are back at it with Hein. Hein over to Lager. Lager over to Bernhardsen. Bernhardsen tries to find what it seems like Goikarez, but unfortunately, or Nygren, sorry, but unfortunately it goes into a throw-in for the Dutch. The Swedish coaches are still talking and seeing what they can do because they are not. They did have a few, we'll say not chances because they didn't have any chances. A few opportunities, we're gonna say. Okay, throw in for the Dutch to Brobby. Brobby is just continuously fighting. The Swedish defense managed to get control of the ball. Lindelof drives it through into the midfield. Goes to the left side. Tries to go to the right. Goes back to the left. Gives a pass to Isaac. Isaac manages to hold the ball. Completely changes the game onto the right side with Bernhardsen. But unfortunately, we're going right back. We're going right back into the Swedish side with Hein to Lindelof. Lindelof gives it to Goikarez. Goikarez gives it to Nygren. We got Isaac here. That gives it over to Goikarez. What a save by the Dutch goalkeeper here. And it is cleared out and crossed in again by the Swedish. The Swedish gained control of it again on the right side. It was cleared for the second time by the Dutch defense. And now the Swedish are looking better and better. Ziz, what do you think, my dude? I think we're looking a lot better here. I think we're looking a lot better, but we have Dumfries. Dumfries. All right, the Dutch managed to gain possession of the ball again. What a save by Verbruggen, the Dutch goalkeeper. That could have been dangerous. Goikarez that tried to shoot it into the second post, but the Dutch goalkeeper was there to save the day. All right, we got De Jong. De Jong for Van de Ven. Van de Ven drives it into the left side, crosses it over. Unfortunately, it is cleared out by the Swedish defense that tried to hold on to the ball, but they lose possession of the ball. We have Gakpo. Gakpo loses also possession of the ball, but unfortunately it's cleared out into De Jong's feet. Riders to Milan. Milan crosses it in to no one as the Swedish defense clears it out into Gravenberch's feet. Gravenberch to De Jong. De Jong to Gakpo. Gakpo 1 versus 1 manages to pass, shoots from the left side of the box into the goalkeeper's hands. Nordfeldt, as we say. It's too bad. It is too bad. Let's see what happens here. All right, the Swedish are trying to play from the back. Let's see if they can have a few combinations going here. A few kicks here. The Swedish are just trying to clear the ball, and De Jong headers it back to Van de Beek or Van Heck. Van Heck to Van Dijk. Van Dijk to Van de Ven. Van de Ven to De Jong. De Jong to Van Heck. Van Heck to De Jong. All right, now they're just you know, making sure that everything's going good. That nothing's, you know, nothing's out of place here. All right, Gakpo crosses it in. Unfortunately, Dumfries is a little bit too short. He could have headed it in, but doesn't. The Swedish defense getting control of the ball. Isaac is defending as well. Oh, and it is countered. Malen in the ball. Oh, the Dutch robbed the ball from the Swede. The Swede Malen is in the entrance of the box on the right side and sees that the second post is free, crosses in low to the ground. Two Dutch attackers there, but unfortunately it's a little bit too long and goes out for a goal kick. Now we have Lindoff. Lindoff gives it over to left 4. Goodinson back to Lindoff, to Hein, over to Berhardinson. Berhardinson gives it back over to Leger. Leger back over to Berhardinson, back to Leger. Yeah, this is going to be difficult for the Swedish. They're not really having many chances. That's the issue. But they're definitely doing better than in the beginning. We have Goikarez that shoots and shoots from about the... It wasn't Goikarez. It was Ayari. Ayari shoots from about 20 yards out and goes right over the goal. But not by much. Great shot, actually. It goes just right over the goal. Just slightly. It was a pretty good shot. The Dutch goalkeeper is kind of mad at that because they are letting the Swedish have more and more occasions, and that is not good. All right. All right, we got a nice little fight here in the midfield, looks like. But 2-0. Yeah, Furman. We got a 2-0. We're not looking so good, but the Swedish are just not doing anything. Yeah, back Sweden. I know. The Swedes are just not able to do much at all. The Dutch are just too strong. Honestly speaking, the Dutch are really, really strong right now. I don't know what the Swedish can do because in terms of the midfield, they're getting completely outplayed. And even in attack, to be honest. Even in attack. And I thought it wasn't going to be like that. Gakpo to Van de Ven. Van de Ven to De Jong. De Jong goes left, right, goes back and finds Riders. Riders over to Gravenberg. Gravenberg to Dumfries. Dumfries maybe looks to cross in. Nope, gives it to Gravenberg. Gravenberg back to Dumfries. By the way, Dumfries has signed for Real Madrid. For those who don't know. Big water. Yeah, big water, boys. Hey, stay hydrated, okay? Always have your big waters with you guys, okay? Van Heck to Malen. Malen to Dumfries. Dumfries crosses it in. Ooh, I think it may be a handball. It may be a handball here. No? It was deflected slightly. You think they can equalize? I mean, wait. Before they can equalize... That cross by Dumfries I think maybe it was a shoulder, and the shoulder is not a handball. Anyway, we got a nice drive here on the left side by the Swedish. Can they at least score one goal? There's a foul. Foul by the Dutch onto the Swedes, 25 meters out. You think they can equalize? First, let's see if they can score one goal. Here, they're not far out from goal. If we get a good cross in, They're on the left side, slightly to the left of the box. Slightly to the left, 25 meters out. This can be a big chance here. All right, boys, let's stand up here. Let's stand up here. Can we get a good one? All right. Corner kick, free kick. Free kicks for the Swedes. The Swedes are all in the box. There's an orange wall there though. The Swedes cross it in. Beautiful cross and goal. What? 2-1. Okay, what were we saying? We need 1 goal, right? Okay, so that's 2-1. 2-1. All right, perfect. Okay. All right. What a cross and what a header. What a header. We got 2-1 here. The game is back, and I don't know why Isaac. There's a wait. There's a foul? No, offside. Unfortunately, offside by the Swedish. Ay. Beautiful header though. The goalkeeper completely misses it. Ay. It was offside. Yeah, it was offside. That's too bad. That would have really put the game back on the wheels there. Unfortunate. It was a great chance though. Hopefully we can get more of those type of fouls. The Dutch goalkeeper clears it out. I know, Dana Wise. I know. Anyway, we're back on the attack with the Dutch, with Gakpo on the left side. Looks to go inside, fakes outside, goes inside, crosses it over to no one. The Swedish are here, and they clear it. And Isaac, ooh, that's a foul. Foul by Van Heck onto Isaac. I think that was Isaac. I don't know who it would be. Hein. Or is that Lindoff? Lindoff, sorry, not Hein. Hein over to, or Lindoff to Kallstrom. Kallstrom over to Gudmundsson. Gudmundsson. Danawise, how are you liking the game, by the way? Kallstrom. We're getting finally at least a little bit of control in the midfield. We managed to find Engren and Gren over to Gyökeres. Gyökeres gives it over to Gudmundsson, and we got another. Oh God, we got another free kick, and this one's even closer. We have Isaac and Gyökeres. This one's really close. It's right outside of the box. We are at maybe. It's really right outside of the box. Okay, right outside of the box. So we're really on the line of the penalty box. This is a really close one. Can we get a 2-1 here before halftime? Let's see what we can do. We have who's lining up here to take this shot here? Let me see. All right, we can have a superb goal here. We have Gyökeres around the ball. We have Nygren that's around the ball as well. And we have Isaac as well. So we got 3 potential shooters here. Who's a better shot, though? Is it... Okay. We have 4 potential shooters. All right, this is going to be a shot directly on goal, in my opinion. Because this is a perfect opportunity here. Will Gyökeres manage to score? It looks like Gyökeres is going to be the one taking it. All right, come on, boys. Come on, Gyökeres. Give us a game here. Come on, Gyökeres. Oh, this is so it's either Gyökeres or Nygren. Nygren or Gyökeres. Gyökeres goes in and takes the shot. Oof, what a shot. Unfortunately, it is stopped by the Dutch goalkeeper. And we will stop. No, we were not stopped there. But it is stopped out and pushed into a throw-in onto the right side. The Swedes are definitely looking better. Can they equalize? I don't know, but 1 goal is looking pretty good here. All right, we're going to look for a long throw-in by the Swedes. Are we going to look for a long throw-in? Yeah, long throw-in by the Swedes, and it is cleared out into a Swedish, into Nygren's feet that shoots directly and is unfortunately a goal kick. Damn. Really nice shot by Gyökeres. Unfortunately, it was straight onto the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper wasn't really worried. There was a Swedish wall that dispersed as he shot. to trick the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper was perfect on that ball. All right, we got another foul here. This is going to be the last one. It is played quickly on the right side. Are we going to get a? Are we going to get a cross in? He comes back onto himself. It's 2 versus 1. The Dutch gain control. 2 versus 1, very difficult to pass, especially when it's Van Dijk and Van de Ven. Anyway, the Swede gain control of it. Nope. There's a fight here in the middle for the ball. No one really has possession, but the Swedes managed to get it. Tried to give it to Gyökeres. Gyökeres managed to get it on the left side. 1 versus 1 versus Dumfries. What a save by the Dutch goalkeeper. Shot by Engren. Stopped by Ayari. Ayari shoots. And it is stopped out by the goalkeeper, the Dutch goalkeeper, and it's put out into a corner kick. What a save by the Dutch goalkeeper. Because what a save by the goalkeeper. All right. Are we going to get a nice corner kick? Corner kick for the Swedes. The Swedes are all in the second post here. They're really in the small box, and it is punched out by the Dutch goalkeeper. And we stop here. We stop here. We're in halftime. All right, so we're at halftime. Let's take a look at the statistics real fast here. Okay. Do they have a chance of coming back? I mean, at the end of the first half, it was looking pretty good. It was looking pretty good for the Swedes. They managed to score, but unfortunately it was an offside. So yeah. It is what it is. All right, give me 1 minute. I will be back, and then we'll talk about that first half. See if there's any way the Swedish can come back. And I believe, seeing that end of the first half, and I believe that the Swedish coach is going to make a few changes here and there, and maybe we're going to see a different face. But Gyökeres and Isaac are definitely looking pretty dangerous, and Ayari as well, with a beautiful shot onto the first post, on the left post, really like a few centimeters to the left post, and it was saved by the Dutch goalkeeper. So we're going to have to see what happens. But anyway, give me 1 second. All right, we're going to take the sweater off for a little bit. Let's look into the statistics real fast for this matchup here. So here are the statistics. Well, we already have the statistics on the other side, but here we can get a little more in depth. No big chances for the Swedes. At first, they were having many difficulties just finding each other in the midfield, but then it got easier. It got easier as time went on, and so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But hey, can we see a potential draw? This is what I am asking myself here. Can we see a potential draw? What do you think, Aziz? Do you think we see a potential draw or no? I mean, seeing the first half, actually, let's look at the money line. Let's see what the money line's saying. The money line's saying 91.5% chance or probability that the Netherlands take it. Wow, 55%. Yeah, that was. Oh wait, what? Oh yeah, it's halftime. That's why I was looking at my. I mean, what are the probabilities that they can come back? Let's look at their past matchups here. I'm gonna put it on here, on this side here. Let's take a look at their past matchups. So for the first one, we're gonna look at the Netherlands. The Netherlands did tie. They did draw against Japan. And we have And look, Japan, yeah, but both teams didn't really deserve all these goals. We talked about it before. They didn't deserve these goals, but they managed to score them with. They managed to score 4 goals with 0 chances, with 0 big chances. At that, okay, 0 big chances. So while we wait for the second half, what do we think is going to happen in the second half? Do we think the Swedes have a chance? And now the Swedes did win the first matchup. Who was it against? Oh, it was against Tunisia. But this again, I think that the XG, what? Yeah, look, it was at 1.33. 1.33. Yep. Yep. 1.33. 0.28 for Tunisia, but they scored a goal anyway. So I think, okay, look, here's what's going to happen. Let's see. Let's take a look at the fixtures, the past fixtures for the Dutch. Can we see the history here? Overview, the fixtures here. They do concede goals quite often, okay? So you can see that in the last 5, they've conceded 4 of the 5. So in my opinion, with Gyökeres and Isaac, we should see in the second half at least 1 goal, right? And if we take a look at Sweden and their last 5 matches, they always score. In their 5 matches, they have always scored. So what are we saying? What are we saying exactly? And the Swedes are still second, though. Though Japan and Tunisia have not played yet. So we'll have to see how it goes. But they should be scoring at least 1 goal in the second half. So if that is the case, maybe we're going to see some good stuff. You know, maybe we're going to see a goal here and a little bit of suspense. Hopefully we do. And I mean, a 2-0 isn't hard to come back from when you score 1. When you score 1, you know, the whole, you know, you get a boost, a moral boost and everything. The team could just push and score a second goal because, hey, when you concede a goal, you kind of feel like, God damn it, we conceded a goal. So it puts you at a, not at a disadvantage, but it definitely makes you vulnerable when you concede. So yeah, that's what we're looking at here. And now we're just waiting for the second half to begin. But I believe that that Sweden can at least score a goal. They have to. Actually, let me look a little bit. Let me put on the lineup again. I'll put the lineup. And let me just quickly I'm actually going to look at the past, all the fixtures. So, how many times did the Netherlands concede 0? So against Lithuania, the 25th, the 2025 in November. Against Finland in October of 2025. Malta in October of 2025. Malta again in June of 2025. And then Finland. So let's see if when's the last time they played against each other. Let's take a look at the head-to-head here against these two teams. So the head-to-head is a 1 win, 3 draws, and 2 wins. Can we take a look at all these? So the last one was in 2017. All right, give me a second here. I'm like congested from the nose, and it's very, very, very hard to speak right now. Very, very hard. Give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna try to clear my nose somehow. But it's very hard. Anyone have any trick for like sinuses and stuff? I'm trying to clear it, but it's just hard to speak because it's like stuck there, you know? I don't know, it just happened. I was talking and then all of a sudden it just blocked and now I can't really speak. Anyway, be right back. 2 minutes. I don't think the Dutch can you don't think they can equalize? The Dutch will hold. I don't know, but right now I'm having a hard time speaking. Not gonna lie. It's like really, really hard to speak. Whew. That's weird because I can, I can breathe well, but it's like stuck. It's like really, really, really stuck. Is there any tricks? Does anyone have any tricks for that? Anyone have any tricks for like the sinus and whatnot? While we wait for the second half, I'm trying to find any way to like evacuate the sinuses. But anyway, all right, let's get back right into the match. It's very important. I'm gonna just chillax. Maybe maybe if I breathe in and out and in and out and in. Okay, I think we'll be good. All right, the players are coming back onto the pitch here for the second half. I don't know if they can equalize. Aziz, I don't know if they can equalize, but what I do know, I know what I need to do. I need to not swallow, actually. You know what? I know, I have a plan. All right, so my plan is to not swallow. Okay, I think that's gonna fix it. Because once I swallow, that's where I feel like I can't speak anymore. So if I spit, it's gonna be weird, but that's what I'm gonna do. But anyway, Isaac, just giving hugs to the referee. I guess telling him, hey, thanks for canceling out. We got Somerville coming in for. I'm assuming it should be ㅍxo. I'm assuming it should be ㅍxo. Let's see what happens. Who's going to come on? Who's getting subbed off? Let's see. Let's see who got subbed off. So Somerville comes on and Malen comes off. Malen is the one that comes off. Somerville comes on, and Somerville is a lot stronger in my opinion than Malen. So we should be getting, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. All right, we're back at it. We have the Swedes with the ball with Lindoff. The Dutch clear it. We're back on the right side with Bergenhardsson off to Nygren. Nygren tries to give a through pass to Ari, but unfortunately doesn't. Ayari, but unfortunately doesn't make it, and it is cleared out by the Dutch. And now there's actually even a foul onto the Dutch, onto Reinders. Sorry. All right, anyway. That's too bad. It's too bad that goal didn't count. All right, anyway, we're starting from the back with Van Dijk. All right, that's it, guys. We're gonna stand up here and we're gonna start celebrating anything that happens, okay? Because we need the Swedes to do something. Van Dijk to Van Hek. Van Hek gives it to Gravenberg. Gravenberg crosses it in for what it looked to be like Somerville. No, it was Reinders actually. Low to the ground, and it is a goal by ㅍxo. 3-0. It is over. I don't see how. It was Brobbey actually that scores it. Was it Brobbey or ㅍxo? Is that the second post? There was two players there. I didn't see which one scored it. Great play by the Dutch. This is going to be a tough one. Yeah, and it is not offside, and it is ㅍxo. It looks like that touches it in. And it is ㅍxo. ㅍxo with the goal there. Beautiful cross by Dumfries. Wow, what a match by Dumfries. What a pass. A cross low to the ground. Wow, what a beautiful cross by Dumfries to the second post in front of all the defenders, and Gakpo alone just needs to put it in the goal, into an empty goal rather. So this is looking pretty cooked, if you ask me, for the Dutch or for the Swedish. I mean, I think they're gonna score at least one goal, but there's no way they could come back. I don't think. Unless they score now and, you know, another, but I don't think so. They were way too weak in the first half, and the Dutch are way too strong. In the midfield, the Dutch are just dominating the Swedes. It's hard. It's a hard battle. It's a hard battle. The Dutch will hold. Well, guess what, Z's? The Dutch won't just hold. The Dutch will score another one. It is what it is. And now we're here. All right, we got Van Heck to Van Dijk. Van Dijk over to Van de Ven to Gakpo. Gakpo to Van de Ven, to through ball for Bobby. Bobby back to Gakpo. Gakpo drives it into the mid. Drives it into the mid of the penalty box, and unfortunately tries to shoot and is countered, and goes right into the Swedish hands. The Swedes try to go with Karlström. I mean, now it's pretty over, right? What? Anyone think it's over? Or anyone think there's still a chance? Guys, we already lost our parlay. Oh wait, the cam was down. We already lost our parlay. We have the Swedish though on the right side that crossed it in, and unfortunately for no one, it whiffs in front of everyone. But the Swedes do manage to gain control of it in the second. On the left side of the field, Somerville clears it into a touch or into a throw-in for the Swedes. The Swedes from the back. Isaac to Nygren, or Ayari looked to give a through pass to Isaac. Isaac called for it, but unfortunately didn't get through. Lindoff with the Canadian player. I mean, that could have, because he was running, so it's kind of like a scissor. Anyway, Van Veck to Van Dijk. Van Dijk back over to Verbruggen. Verbruggen kicks it long ahead, and it is anticipated by the Swedish defender, Lindoff. Lindoff to Hein. Hein kicks it right all the way in front for Goykeres. Unfortunately, doesn't make it. Gets defended by the Dutch, but unfortunately, the Swedes managed to get control of it. Isaac on the right versus two. Unfortunately, he loses the ball. He tries to backpedal, but he forgets that he needs the ball to do that. And the Dutch are on a counterattack here with Somerville. Somerville over to Gakpo on the left side. Gakpo comes in and 4-0. Oh my day. He comes in, shoots into the first post. What a goal. What a goal. He fakes outside, goes inside, shoots into the first post. Goal. What a goal. What a goal. What a goal. What a goal. Jesus. Unbelievable. What a goal. All right, that's 4-0, guys. Now it's completely cooked. Actually, let's take a look at the money line just to make sure. What are the problems? We're at 99.7% chance that the Dutch will win. In my opinion, it's over. Now here's the thing. The Swedish need to score a few goals here, because a 4-0 deficit is very bad for the group stage. Let me show you this, okay? I'm going to show you this right here. If we look at the table, we can see that right now they're at a 5-5. Okay, so actually they're not bad. They're at a 0, but they need to score goals to be at a positive goals conceded. Is that Dano? Is that Dano-wise? Yeah, Dano-wise. I know. I was so hyped for a nice game, and they're just getting crushed. And it is, of course... Are we already... No, I thought we were going to be at a commercial break, but no. Anyway, the game has restarted. It is 4-0. Oh, wait. Guys, wait a minute. It is 4-0 for... do we have the score here? Let me see. Actually, I need to put the score... Wait, we don't even have the score here, do we? Oh, I just realized we don't even have the score up here. Let me just go and get this line up here. And then here, we will show the score. We will show the 4-0. And actually, you know what? I'm actually going to add a little bit. I'm going to add something to it. We're going to just make this a little bit better here. Now that, you know, now that we know that the Dutch completely lost, I don't think there's any way that they're going to come. I mean, there's no way they're coming back. They're getting completely demolished, obviously, as you can see. And here I will just go and put on, this is the score. And I will keep this here right, oh no, we need a little bigger though. Let me just see what I can do to make it nice. Okay, a little bit, at least we got, you know, the 4-0. Hey, that's not bad, right? That's not too bad. Let's make it shorter here, shorter there, shorter everywhere. I didn't even realize that the score wasn't up there. But now we have the score, and it is officially a 4-1, you know? Wait, no, later. But save for later. I got someone offering me a pizza. It's a healthy pizza, okay? Healthy pizzas do exist. Okay, anyway, we got the Swedes here. The Swedes here with Isaac. Isaac gives it over to Erling again. And it is deflected by the Dutch into the Dutch goalkeeper's feet. And he takes it in his hands. We're going to have a commercial break soon, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to wait for that. 4-1. Yes, we are at a 4-1, Hugo. We are at 4-1, and we're going to see what happens here. But we do have the Dutch that are on the attack again. With Cody Gakpo on the left side, 2 versus 2 with Van de Ven. Van de Ven comes back to Van de Ven, actually. Back to Van Dijk. Van Dijk to Van Hak. To Dumfries. Dumfries gives it back over to his goalkeeper, Verbruggen. Gives it to Van Dijk. Van Dijk to Van Hek. Van Hek to Verbruggen. That clears it into Elanga's feet. Elanga gives a beautiful call on the right side, crosses it in, and Isaac almost puts his foot in, but it is cleared out by the Dutch. Hey, this is getting spicy here. Maybe we're going to get a few more goals? Maybe we get a few more goals here. We don't know, but it is a corner kick. If we get a goal here, the game is totally back. Okay? We just need it. Elanga, did he just get in, by the way? Yeah, Anthony Elanga just got in at the 55th, and what a change that makes. All right, let's see if Elanga could continue doing anything here. All right, we're going to get a corner kick for the Swedes. Ayari. We got all the Swedes on the second post, grouped up like the Arsenal players here. Crosses in, and for Van Dijk's head. Clears it out of the box, and a Swedish player tries to head it back into the box, but unfortunately it goes out into a goal kick. Yeah. There was no offside for that Gakpo goal, obviously. All right, can we get another Swedish goal? Can we get another Swedish goal going? All right, we got Dumfries on the right side, 1 versus 1. I think he's going to go back. Yeah, he's going back to Gravenberch. Gravenberch to De Jong. De Jong. Oh wait, no, De Jong is out already. Sorry, that was Koopmeiners. Koopmeiners to Brobbey. Brobbey sees the ball get kicked out into the corner kick by the Swedish. Wait, let me see who came on. So Gus Till came on. Gus Till came on for Reinders and Koopmeiners for De Jong. So we had two subs there. And then Somerville obviously came on at the beginning. Anyway, we got a corner kick for the Dutch. Cross in. Gets cleared out by the Swedish. Now we got control again with the Dutch here. The Dutch try to cross it into the ball, into the box, and it completely misses everyone into a throw-in onto the right side of the pitch. Right side or left side, depending. Left side for the Swedish. So throw in for the Swedish. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Yeah, what a goal by Gakpo, though. De Jong that gives it to Gakpo, fakes the outside, goes inward, shoots it at the first post. Unstoppable, to be honest. And we have Gravenberch. Gravenberch drives it into the midfield, gives it over to Koopmeiners. Koopmeiners over to Gakpo. Gakpo gets countered by the Swedish defender, and it is put into a throw-in. Throw-in for the Dutch, of course, on the left side of the pitch. Played quickly for Brobbey in front on the left side, and it is anticipated by the Swedish defender, and fouled on actually by Brobbey. So it is foul. Free kick for the Swedes that play quickly. Lindoff for Karlström. No, Karlström got subbed off, so it was Bergvall. Bergvall for Berghardsson. Now, let's see if the Swedish can pull it off here. Can we get a few Swedes to pull it off? Hein to Elanga. No, not Elanga. To Isaac. Isaac to Gyökeres. Gyökeres to Elanga. Elanga tries to give it to Isaac. Unfortunately, couldn't make it. Dutch get possession, but lose. Elanga is playing phenomenally right now. Elanga heel kicks it through the Dutch defender's legs, nutmegs him. That was pretty nice, to be honest. Anyway, the Swedish do have it in the Dutch half. Isaac tries to give a through pass to who did he try to give a pass to? Let me take a look at that real quick. To Bergvall, actually. We have Oyari. We have Isaac now. Isaac with Gyökeres. Gyökeres. Isaac. Isaac gives it over to Gudmundsson. Gudmundsson tries to cross it over. Unfortunately, passes through in front of everyone, in front of the goal, in front of everything, and goes into, unfortunately, a goal kick for the Dutch. All right, Isaac looks a little bit gutted here. Let's be honest. He does look a little bit gutted. We'll see what happens. But this game is looking a little bit over, actually. I mean, it is over. It is over. There's no way that the Swedes could come back. There's no way. There ain't no way the Swedes come back from this. There ain't no way. Oh, it's commercial break, of course. Now, Elanga made a great entry. I wonder why he didn't start. I wonder why he didn't start instead of, who did he get subbed off for? Subbed on for, actually. Actually, they changed complete formations, in my opinion. They subbed off Njengren. Who came off? Let me just check real quick here. It was at, let's see, Elanga. Elanga came in. So Elanga came in 1 minute before and scores 1 minute later. 2 minutes later, actually. So it was Elanga for Berghardensen. Okay, so Berghardensen, Elanga, definitely a lot better than Berghardensen. But they needed to change their plan. Elanga is more offensive than Berghardensen, of course. Who's still in the parlay, by the way? Who's still in the parlay? I know there's a few people. I see a few Netherlands wins here in the chat. Oh yeah, there's a lot of Netherlands wins. Oh, I do see Ole's draw. That's too bad. That is way too bad. That is way too bad. All right, we're waiting for that, whatchamacallit. We're waiting for the commercial break to end here. And as we're waiting for the commercial break to end, the German players are arriving to the stadium to play against, of course, that beautiful African team, the Ivory Coast. We'll see what goes on there. All right, we're still on the commercial break. We're just waiting. Just chilling here, seeing what can happen. Memphis Depay is coming on. For Brobby, Memphis Depay, number 10, comes on for Brobby, number 19. Brobby, what a match. What a match by Brobby. Brobby is a warrior. Dude held up the Swedish defense on his own, with his own back. He carried them. Anyway, Dutch clearance, headed by the Swedes, and gain control of it once more. All right, let's see. The Swedish are on the attack on the left side. Unfortunately, they have to come back. They have to come back. They have to come back. We are still in the Swedish midfield. The Swedish side, I guess. But anyway, nothing much is going on right now. Wide into the box, it is cleared out by the Dutch onto a Swedish player. Given onto the left to Isaac. Isaac gives it back, though. Are we going to get across? We are going to get across. Unfortunately, cleared out by the Dutch. Can't do anything. Nothing that can be done. We're at the 73rd minute. And the Dutch are on the offense again. Gakpo fakes a pass to Van de Ven and decides to just continue going into the middle, but ultimately decides to give it back. Van Dijk drives the ball in the midfield a little bit. We got Gakpo. Gakpo gives it over to Memphis Depay. Memphis Depay tries to hold the ball but couldn't. Gets it ripped away by the Swedish defender. And we got a counterattack here. No, we don't. Unfortunately, stopped by the Dutch. And the Dutch here can have their own counterattack, but no, they don't, because the Swedish defender here cuts Gravenberg off and gets a yellow card because of that. Don't cut off a player there, Yari. You can't do that, dude. You get a yellow. He cut the action completely. There was a little bit of a potential action going on here, and Ayari came and just tackled him, basically. He grabbed his shirt, grabbed everything he could but the ball to stop Gravenberch. Anyway, we're coming out from the back with the Dutch have the ball right now. Van Dijk gives it over to Van de Ven. Van de Ven drives the ball into the midfield, changes his mind, comes back, gives it to Coupe. I'm going to call him Coupe. Coupe is a nice name. All right. We are on to the right side with Somerville, 1 versus 1. Passes it to Gravenberch. Asks for it as a through ball, but doesn't get it. So now we're going backwards. Bergval. Van de Ven. Van de Ven to Gakpo, 2 back to Van de Ven. Van de Ven tries to shoot, but misses. I mean, he doesn't even shoot at target. It looks like he was aiming for the cameraman. He was aiming for the cameraman 100%. Ayari here. I'm looking at a shot by Arari that went slightly over the goal. Sweden come out from the back. They are being pressed by the Dutch. They managed to clear it, but unfortunately the Dutch gained control of the ball, and they are now on the attack. On the attack with the Dutch here on the left, but the Swedes gain control of the ball, and it is a goal kick. Goal kick as it was defended by the Swedish defender. All right, now we are on the offensive with the Swedish again. Again, it's just 4-1. We're at a 4-1. Isaac to Elanga. Elanga alone on the right side. Will he find a cross? Yes, he crosses it in. Unfortunately, deflected and cleared out by Van Dijk onto Isaac. Isaac right at the entrance of the box. Elanga here is alone again on the right side. Will he get the ball? No. Isaac alone at the entrance of the ball. Crosses it in, and it is... Goikarez in the middle of the penalty box. Unfortunately, he gets cleared out by, and there's a foul onto the Dutch, and we have a free kick for the Dutch. Free kick for the Dutch. It was cleared out of the box by the Dutch. The Swedish or the Dutch, Memphis Depay was there to get the ball, to get the cleared ball. We had Lindoff that tried to gain the ball back from Memphis Depay, but fouled Memphis. So now we're coming out from the back with Van Heck. Van Heck to Gravenberch. Beautiful through ball to Somerville. Somerville crosses, tries to cross it, but totally misses it and goes out for a goal kick. Goal kick for the Swedes. So, we have lost 3 parlays. I mean, wait. Oleg said, wait. How many parlays did we make here? So, Klumpfuss is in. Good. Timmer is in. Julesy is out. Oleg is out. And we are out as well. And actually, I have to share. I'm going to share that parlay. But as I say that, there's nothing really going on here. Let me just share that in the chat. Let me just send that in the Discord here. As nothing is really going on the pitch. But wait, the Netherlands do manage to intercept in the Swedish half. The Swedish do get control again. Isaac over to... No, it is Isaac. Isaac again. Drives it through, comes back, gives it to Lindoff. Lindoff, okay, now to Isaac. Isaac tries to give a through pass to Elanga. Unfortunately, gets countered by the Dutch. Let me post this. Well, we lost, but, you know, it is what it is. So, luckily for us, we didn't go draw for all of them, right? At least we had multiple parlays. But look, this is ours, and we already lost. All right, the Swedes are on the attack again. Elanga on the right side. drives the ball in, tries to 1v1, unfortunately pushes the ball a little too far, and it gets pushed a little too far, lose the ball, and a foul committed onto Gakpo because of that pushed ball, unfortunately. Yeah, Elanga pushes it too far. The Dutch try to clear it, and there's a foul. A plancha. A nice little sole of the foot onto the Dutch tibia, which always hurts, by the way. Even if you do have, what do we have here? Even if you have shin guards, it still hurts. Anyway, Van Dijk. Van Dijk gives it over to Memphis Depay. Memphis Depay that plays it in one touch for Van de Ven. Gravenberch. Is that Gravenberch? I'm not sure anymore. Who's on, who's off. It is what it is. Alright, we got Gakpo on the left side that asked for a call. Van de Ven. Gakpo asked for the call. Is he going to receive it? He does receive it. He manages to control the ball. He has the Swedish defender, and it is called as an offside, unfortunately. We're at the 81st minute. We have 9 minutes left. Can the Swedes score at least one more? At least one more? All right, let's see. The Swedes are off from the back with Hartfeld. Hartfeld gives a nice pass to Isaac. Isaac, in one touch, gives it back. Elanga. Elanga gets fouled on. All right, we are in the Swedish half, though, so it's not dangerous, you know. It ain't dangerous. There's nothing exciting about this one anymore, unfortunately. Wait, let's take a look, just in case. You know, we never know. Let's take a look at the money line. So we are 90. If you put, let's see, 1,000 for yes, 1,000 on yes, so that the Netherlands wins. What's the liquidity at? 200 only? All right. If it's only 200, then let's see. Oh, wait. The Swedish on our attack with Elanga that crosses it over to the second post, and no one touches it. Throw in for the Dutch. So if we were to put 200, we would make nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because there's not, the game's over. The game's over. Wait, what if we put like, no, we can't, because the liquidity is not there, unfortunately. Obviously not. Who would give liquidity to that? The game's practically over, and yeah, that's how the cookie crumbles. That is how the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. But let's see if we can get a few more goals in. All right. The Dutch. Throw in for the Dutch. A nice little battle in the midfield. Head. Headed into the throw-in for a Dutch ball here. So the Dutch have it. They want to play it quick, it looks like, but no, they're just taking their time. Dumfries looks to play it for a super long ball as a throw-in for Memphis Depay. Unfortunately, the Swedish defender counters it. Now we have Elanga. Elanga in the midfield plays it with Arari. Arari goes to Isaac. We're 3 versus 2 on the left side. Are we going to get something? Isaac shoots from outside the box. It gets saved by the Dutch goalkeeper. Corner kick. All right, we're going to get a goal here. We're going to get a goal here. Nice strike from Isaac, but a beautiful save by the Dutch goalkeeper. Right-handed. Pah. Claps it out into a corner kick. Elanga for the corner kick. Puts his right hand up. Corner kick. Beautiful corner kick taken. Unfortunately, cleared out by the Dutch onto, of course, a Swede that shoots at goal. And unfortunately for them, the goalkeeper is on it. Van Dijk is on the floor. So as we wait for him to get up, we're going to have to just take a little chiller here. Take a little bit of a chill pill. But Sweden is good for real. Yeah, of course. Punches here in chat, in Discord's like, yeah, Sweden is good for real. You know, they weren't really good this game. They were pretty good at the end of the first half, but then, you know what? They were good at the end of the first half, and then they unfortunately conceded 2 early in the second half, and then it was over. Unfortunately, nothing could happen. All right, so we had the Dutch goalkeeper that tried to clear, and Gyökeres came up and countered his clear, and the ref blew it, saying that was not, blew it as a foul, actually. Now we're going to get another clearance by the Dutch goalkeeper. All right, cleared out. Gakpo headers it, but unfortunately into a throw-in for the Swedes. Swedes play it quick, but there's 5 minutes left, so we're gonna see what. Hey, at least we don't have we're not getting a draw, right? At least we're not getting a draw. All right, the Swedes play from the back, clear it out into the midfield. The Dutch are on it, of course, headed it in front, and it is a goal kick. Goal kick for the Swedes. Oh, the Swedes. All right, the Swedish are trying to play from the outside here, or from the back. They're trying to just move up the pitch by combine with a few combinations. Great combinations here. They managed to slide up on the right. Elanga gives a through pass to Gyökeres. Gyökeres gives it back to Elanga. Elanga tries to give it to Isaac. Unfortunately, it's countered. And given to the Dutch goalkeeper. Unfortunate. What great combinations there. Unfortunate, though. It's too bad that we couldn't have had that, you know, at the beginning of the match. I mean, Sweden aren't looking bad. You know, I know Punches said in the chat that they're not looking bad, but I agree with them. They're not looking bad, to be honest. They're not looking bad at all. All right, anyway, the Swedes are on the attack here in the middle of the midfield in the Dutch side. We're on the left. On the left, there's maybe a fake cross in. Unfortunately, it goes right over the goal. Goal kick for the Dutch. Who was that came on? Abdi Ali, Abdi Ali tried to fake across, continued, drove it, and then shot, but at a really closed angle, goes right above the goal. Can't do anything about it. Yeah, this is yeah, but the Swedes never really looked too dangerous apart from that goal that was scored. But we kind of knew that they were going to score at least one goal. Okay, and believe it or not, the Swedish actually have shot more on target than the Dutch. But the Dutch were more clinical, and the Dutch chances were just huge. Huge chances. But anyway, the Dutch here on the attack again. On the attack with Somerville in the middle. Shoots and goal for 5-1. Wow, what a shot. Again, onto the first post. He drives it into the midfield, shoots, and really into the left side of the post. Beautiful shot, unstoppable by the goalkeeper. No way to be stopped. 5-1. Ugh, unfortunate. That brings the goal differential back to 0 for the Swedes. So the 5-1 victory that they had over Tunisia, unfortunately, now we're back to 0. Great goal by Somerville, though. Somerville here gets the ball given by Memphis Depay, actually, and he drives it in and just shoots right from outside the box. And unfortunately, it goes right over the defender's foot, and it goes into the left post's net. Very incredibly difficult to stop. So we are at 5-1. Hey, it was a good game, right? At least we got a lot of goals, no? At least we got a lot of goals, no? Right? Nah. We got Clumpfuss in chat saying, I'm ready for a draw. We'll see what happens then. Let's see. Alright, the Swedish. Yeah, well, there's 5 minutes left. There's not much. Gakpo gets subbed off for Lang. Lang, the Fenerbahce player. Gets cleared out. Van Dijk is here to header it to defend. We got 4 minutes left. Hey, do you think the Swedes could draw? Wait, let me just in case, I have a doubt here. Let me go and take a look at the money line. Oh, 99.4%. Okay. 99.4% probability that Netherlands wins. Oh, wait. Goikares here on the left. Are we going to get a 5-2 maybe? No, Goikares shoots and it gets blocked by the Dutch defender. But blocked by the Dutch defender, right back into the Swedish feet. But what are you going to do? The Swedes try to do something with Abdi, with Ali. Gives it to Goikares. Goikares tries to cross, but it goes right into the goalkeeper's hands. Yeah, he was not offside at all. Yep. It is what it is. Okay, Van de... Oh. Trying to come out from the back. Trying to come out from the back with the Swedes, but it ain't working. All right, so you know what that means, boys. We're going to be back in about an hour. For Germany versus Ivory Coast. Okay? In an hour, we're going to be back for Germany versus Ivory Coast. This one should be a little bit, I hope, a little better. We'll see exactly. But anyway, we're coming out from the back. It is cleared by the Swedish into a throw-in for the Netherlands on the right side of the pitch. In the Swedish half, of course. Okay? So maybe we can get a 6-1. Who knows? We got 2 minutes left. Let's see. I don't think the Dutch would mind scoring another goal here. But the Dutch were just way superior to the Swedish. There's nothing to say there. I thought it would have been a lot closer, but then again, I did say that defensively and the midfield had nothing on them. I thought that the Swedish attack was going to be better than the Dutch attack, but the Dutch attack was wow. The Dutch attack was nice. I was really surprised with the Dutch attack. Unfortunate. Ooh, and he gets kneed in the face. Ay. We got a Swedish player that knees Summerfield right in the face. Yikes, that hurts, but accidental, obviously. Summerfield falls. The Swede tries to go over Somerville and knees him in the face accidentally. Accidentally, of course. That's not on purpose. Somerville fell. I see you got 1 minute left. The Swedish have possession of the ball. Oh, the Swedish with Isaac. Alanga, sorry. Alanga on the left. Are we going to try to get it with Ali? No, Ali fakes the pass to Alanga. Ali continues, and unfortunately gets blocked out by the Dutch defense, and now we are restarting. Can we find maybe a last chance in with Goikares that plays? All right, we're going back here. Goikares again. Goikares. Goycrest gives it back. Cross in, deflected, and cleared out by Van Dijk for a corner. And this is going to be the last corner kick. We have 5 seconds left, so this is going to be the end of the end. And Argentina will fail in the knockouts. Stupid last-minute goal. Oh, you think? Huh? Klumpfuss thinks that now, huh? Z's, this is brutal for Sweden. I agree. I don't think it's... But the thing is, the Dutch played so much better. Oh, great corner for the Swedish. A Swedish head manages to get a hold of it, but unfortunately it is into the Dutch goalkeeper's hands. And we are done there. That is a 5-1. If we look at the parlays that we made, I'll just go over them. We lost, so mine lost off the wrap. Ole's lost as well. But, yeah, Ole's is gone. Jules's gone too, unfortunately. So we lost 3 parlays. We lost mine, Ole's, and so we still have Timmer's and Klumpfuss. That's it. We only have Timmer and Klump. That's it. We lost half of our parlays in one match. Oh, yeah, this is going to be hard, huh? This is going to be hard. Anyway, boys, I will catch you in, GG 5-1. I will catch you boys in about 1 hour for the next matchup. Germany versus the Ivory Coast. I will catch you in 1 hour. Hey, I'll ping you boys in the chat. Don't worry about it, all right? See you in 1 hour. Peace out. And hopefully we get a draw, right? Are we looking for a draw or what? Yes? All right. See you in an hour, boys. Too bad for the Swedes.